You're not making any more noise, kid.
Try not to.
Welcome back to Highlight Craft and Live Shopping. We've got David in the house today. We're going to go through this counter and there's lots of fantastic goodies and ridiculously good deals, I have to say, on the soap making. You're saving more than you're spending, which is really exciting. Morning to everybody sitting there watching us. Thank you ever so much for staying with us and your company. We really, really do appreciate it. And first of all, while David gets himself ready, quietly.
Sorry.
You're being a brat today.
What? I was being quiet.
It's going to be fun, if nothing else, isn't it? Right, I'm going to tell you where to watch us and how to shop, first of all. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on highlightcrafts.com, which is our website. You can shop with us on Facebook and Instagram and the website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you are shopping on a social media platform, this is what's going to happen. So we're going to show you a product, and that product will have been allocated a code. And all you need to do if you want to buy it is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video. So you don't need to miss a second, okay, which is great, right? Then you'll get a message to your social media inbox that says thank you ever so much for your order, because we really do appreciate it. And in that message there will also be a link. When you're ready to check out, you're going to click on that link and that's going to take you to our website, highlightcrafts.com. Then you're going to log into your account. Please have an account. If you haven't opened one with us yet, do so, because it gives you automatic club membership, Highlight Club membership, which has no cost to it, no annual subscription, no renewal fee, but it gets you the benefits of a discount, a further discount, loyalty points, and if you get your basket over £35, you don't pay postage. If you're shopping with us on highlightcrafts.com, you can use that shop code. However, you can also click add to basket and you'll get a little red shopping bag at the top of your page, and you're going to click on that when you're ready to check out. Again, please go through that login process because it gives you those additional benefits, which is super cool, and then check out. And check out your baskets. If you know you've got something in them and you want it and you don't want anybody else to pinch it out your basket, check out. What we're finding is if you check out before 1 o'clock, it's more than likely that your order will be packed today and shipped, so you will have it tomorrow, depending on the delivery driver, of course. We've no control over that bit, but from our end, more often than not, it will get picked and packed and sent out to you today. So it's good to check out before 1 o'clock. Good morning to Lynn, Faye, Tracy, Maureen, Amanda, Angie, Wendy. You're all coming in now to watch us. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Right, let me introduce you to the team now. So we've got David.
Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, I was just standing in the wings there. Hi everyone.
He's trouble today. He's trouble.
Look at my Mickey.
Stop it. Isn't that fabulous?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to show everyone. I'm so
love
excited.
that.
This show is going to be amazing. We've got
It is
2
gonna be
hours.
amazing. I know we have got 2 hours and
I'll
got
be
some
so
great
excited.
demos for you, which is fantastic. We've got Sam on cameras.
Hi Sam.
Our lovely Sam. We've got Lauren again in the hot seat.
Hi
With
Lauren.
Bump. And we've got Deb doing comments. Right, David, we've got a cracking show here, haven't we?
It's so good. Do you know what? It's nice to see. I know, don't have a look. It's nice to see brand new things. And of course, we've never really had anything like this before. I know. You can really create some beautiful projects. The moulds are so crisp. And do you know what I love about this? We've used it alongside our creative product, but the results look so different because these moulds are so smooth. They're silicone, so they're so flexible, but the inside of them, they're so smooth, they're like glass, but flexible. It's crazy.
I want to put magnets on that.
Yes,
and put
fridge
them on my
magnets.
fridge.
Look,
That's
he's
fine.
Jiminy
Look at him.
Cricket, isn't
Jiminy
he?
Cricket.
Look
Look at him.
Done a bit of gilding on him.
How lovely is
I was going to
he?
save it to demold during the show, but I just couldn't
No,
wait because it's so
no,
fun.
I
And do you know
love
how
him.
long? After I poured it, it took 20 minutes to set.
If you make and sell. Oh, no, you can't make and sell with Disney. Ignore that. Completely ignore that. Head's not in the game. A lot of
With
words
resin cast
this
you
morning.
can, if you're doing something else with it. Anyway.
Honestly. I can't, and I'm the person that went on TV with Disney and did all the whole thing, so I should know better than
Oh,
that.
don't worry about it.
Right, onwards. First one, shop mould, brand new. Disney moulds and
Yes.
cookie cutters.
Cookie cutters, I know, or if you wanted to call them
Felting.
felting molds, well, felting shapes, forms,
Yes,
if you like.
forms, yes, that's the word.
So here we've got a true selection for you. Now, of course, we had a release last week of Disney. Now, this here is your second release, but don't worry, for any of you that did miss out, we have got those on the show, so hang fire, we're going to be there in a few moments. But taking you through the fabulous collection, we start off at the top here with your panel molds. Now, these have the perfect depth to them, which means they're leveled, so if you're pouring in your resin cast, it's really easy to demold. You can use things like paper clay and lightweight clays inside these, but I would suggest always using something like a melted soap, a candle wax, or an easy pour solution like a UV resin, or of course resin cast. I've found the best results with our resin cast. It's so easy to work with and it's strong, so it's not brittle on demolding. You've got in here all notable characters from things like Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Let's have a quick look at him, actually. Just pop him out, look at him.
Peter Pan is one of my favourite all-time films. I love it. I love the original. I love the remake of it, which is just superb. I just think it's one of the most, it's a fabulous film.
It's brilliant.
I love it. And Tinkerbell, of course, as well.
These are like what you want to be, and of course, if you want to use your food inside here, like your icing and that sort of stuff, or to bake with them, because they withstand heat as well as cold temperatures or even ice cubes. Just get two sets, one for craft, one for cooking. Of course, you've got the crocodile and his timepiece, his clock inside there. You've also got Pluto as well with the bones, and you've got the paw prints. Now, these paw prints, if you want to go for these are great for just your pets' cards. You know, just a couple of paw prints on a few of your cards. Look how cute they are, just with a little bit of wax on them. They're really deep as well, which is great. And they come out like little pieces of glass. They're fabulous.
I love those.
You've got the dog bowl and all of the elements in there. You also have Little Mermaid in there. You've got Sebastian, favourite character ever.
Yep.
He's incredible. Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio. You've then got Winnie the Pooh, Piglet. You've got your cookie cutters from, of course, Mickey, the emblem, the signature shape itself. And then you've got your impression molds. Now, these are great. They've got the handle on the back, and you push them into your clay, or, of course, resin that's not quite set, you can push it into. And you've got your framed plungers as well. So in there, you've got your detail with the frame, so you can decide to cut in or cut out, a little bit like a die.
Absolutely. So just to make it very, very clear, and I will reiterate this, Disney product is for home and personal use only. You can gift it. So what I used to do is make frames or pieces of home decor and gift it instead of going out and buying a present. But it is home and personal use only. These are a ridiculous price. Shop mould, $17.99, gets you all of that from here over to where David is there. You've got a saving of £25.93.
Wow.
We haven't brought you this before. We brought you these last week, but I haven't brought you this. This is brand new to you today on live shopping. And you've already got, you're saving more than you're spending. That's crazy.
It is, and do you know what? I did research. They're just wonderful. They're so fun to craft with. But if you look at these individually, these molds you'd be paying $8 to $9.99 each for them. The cookie cutters alone you can get for $7.99 on their own. So when you've got an entire bundle here consisting of 1, 2, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 13 different configurations.
I know.
And then in each mold you've got different castings. The value is ridiculous.
It is.
It honestly is ridiculous. And again, these are the items that we get in. They don't always stick around, but we love to be able to showcase them throughout a week here at Live Shopping. But again, take the opportunity to get a Disney official product to use within your giftables, your own personal craft, and maybe you love Disney yourself or you know somebody that does.
Yep.
They're great to have in your stash, and purchasing official Disney items for craft is very expensive.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law is Disney mad.
Oh, yeah.
I bought her the big castle, the Lego castle,
Oh, really?
one Christmas. Yeah, she absolutely loves it.
Oh my gosh.
And she sat there and made it all by herself. She won't let the kids
I'd
join
love
in. And
to-
she's like, no, this is mine.
I would absolutely love to go. I once went to Disney World. Me and Luke, it was our first big holiday together, and it was the most amazing experience ever. Everywhere I just stood, I was like, it was just, and it is incredible. So if you want it for nostalgia, because a lot of these, of course, will go right back to some of the 60s with some of these films inside here as well. You can use it for that too.
Yeah, fantastic. So Shop Mould will get you that selection, $17.99, £25.93 saving. That's incredible value, right?
It really, really is.
Right, the next collection is what we brought you last week, and these are lovely. Amber made these into chocolates.
Yeah, we don't have those anymore. Where have they gone? don't know. We had cupcakes, cookies.
Cupcakes, cookies.
Shouldn't they be on the sample shelf?
Yeah, I don't
now?
think they lasted very long. Just
okay.
saying. This one is Shop Disney, £14.99. You've got £23.94 saving on this. So £15 and
Sorry.
18. £33 would get you all of it today. If you're using clay and resin and food, please get a separate set for food. All right, which is brilliant. Right, what we're getting in this one, David?
Okay,
please?
so into here you've got another entire collection from Disney. Now, just to take your attention to the ginormous mould that you've got down here at the bottom, the Mickey one himself, you would be paying that for him on his own and the rest. You're getting the entire collection inside here. You've got, of course, Sully from Monsters, Inc. You've then got all of these wonderful characters here from The Lion King, an incredibly famous film of Disney, of course. You've then got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs inside here. You've got your Siamese cats. One of my favourite moulds we have ever shared with you is this house here. Now, I've been treating this as the Up House. I think it's amazing. I love it so much.
I love it too. That's one of my favourite, well, another one of my favourite more recent films.
I cry at it.
I do every time.
I cry so much. It's
But
such a good film.
such a good film.
You've got Dumbo, which we made the cookies from, and then of course you've got your fabulous mould here. Now, if you want to make him out of a jelly, out of a cake, out of your resin, you can do. I've got another one that I've set just here, which we're going to have a look at.
That's exciting. Our Angie McChesney is on here today. Not buying any more Disney stuff. Not buying any more Disney stuff. I'll bet you any money they've dropped into a basket already. Angie is honestly all over Disney. Yeah, you know that's never going to happen, Angie, don't you?
That
you know
it's
just not a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so Shop Disney.
All of those
All
in
of
there.
those.
Incredible price for you on those. And again, we brought the price down even further just before our initial launch, which was last week. So think about all of your resin creations with this one. It's the perfect substrate to work with it. But again, if you want to make wax melts out of your favourite Disney characters.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, think about all of your Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, all little wax melts. Add your dyes to them and your fragrances.
So
We've got a candle making show tomorrow, so I'm going to be demoing these with candles.
Oh, they'd be lovely, wouldn't they?
And you know what as well? Actually onto a pillar candle, melting them onto the candle and painting it with Cadence.
Yes, with soldering iron. Yeah, I know, right? Right, good morning to everybody that's joining us. Thank you ever so much for joining us today. So we've got those are your two sets of your Disney moulds. Moving on, we've got Shop Bundle. This is your Mosaic set, isn't it? This is, I love this. I think it's just fabulous. Shop Bundle, £44.99. You've got a £12.98 saving, which is great. And you're going to get your mosaics, you get your resin cast, and you get your sanding blocks in here as well. Right, David, what's this all about, please? Because we did a show the other week and it was brilliant.
It's so fun.
I love this.
This was a craft I fell in love with straight away. Mosaic was something that it reminds me of holidays when I'm abroad. You see it in porcelain tiles in bathrooms, you see it in the floors, you see it in architecture. Now you can see it in your craft room, because even on something like a photo frame or a coaster, you get a fabulous selection here, hundreds of refined, smoothed down glass mosaic chip-ins in a variety of colours. It is very heavy, this box. I think it's about 4.5 kilos, something like that.
It's a lot. Let's have a look, see what it says. 2 kilos.
2 big bags of sugar.
Yeah, that's a lot. A lot. I mean, you can see that is literally ram jam packed full. Look at it.
It's amazing. Again, you've got all different colours inside there. So again, play with the colours. You get all angular pieces. It's all sanded and, it's really smooth as well. It's not sharp glass. It's like sea glass.
I could sit and just do that all day.
Me too. It's so nice. Oh, go on, Sam. Have a
go.
go.
Get your hand in.
It's like we've opened a bag of crisps.
Nice and soft, isn't
We're all having a go. But this here is a wonderful selection. You've got some. Oh, Mel's got a favourite one.
No, it's
glue. It's a bit of glue. Of course. Then what I did is I've been hot gluing the mosaics down into either my coaster moulds or trays and things like that. And then you use the resin cast as a grout. Okay, it's the perfect substrate to do it. It sets it all in place. It makes it really nice and smooth. And then you've got functional and decorative projects to use in and around your home. Completely make and sell to your heart's content with your mosaics bundle. You've got your sanding blocks inside here as well, which are fundamental in actually finishing off your project. So it takes the excess away. You wipe it clean with a damp cloth, and then you get left with the wonderful glistening mosaics. And just to show you what it can look like with your aquastone, look how it brings all the colour.
That's lovely.
It's amazing, isn't it?
You've got to finish it with aquastone, haven't you?
Imagine this just in a section, maybe on a brick wall outside your house, or a number plaque for your front door.
I like that idea. I
think
think
that'd be
that's
great.
fabulous.
It's, you know what? When we introduced this, and you can use the right white resin cast if you've got that too. It was a craft that I looked at and just thought, this is my happy place. This is where I just sit, piece it together, make designs, make images.
So in the summer, imagine you've got your furniture outside.
Yeah.
You've got this with all your condiments on in the middle of the table. You've got your coasters that match, and then you've got a lovely vase in the middle with maybe some string lights in. How lovely would that be, sat outside on a summer's evening? And we are going to get a summer this year, I've decided.
Yeah, I think so as well. It has to happen.
Absolutely.
It has to happen.
Emma O'Brien, yes, you can buy the tiles by themselves. Check them out on the website. Absolutely. And there was another question. Are you going to do a demo with the clay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes,
we'll have a look.
Absolutely, Pam. So we'll show you that today. Right. So if you want that, your bundle, shop bundle, £44.99. You've got £12.98 saving, which is just crazy. Now this next one, shop soap. This is going to imagine the kids with soaps like that.
Soap on a rope.
If you want to get your kids to start washing their hands after they've gone to the loo every time, this is the way to do it.
Have that next to the sink.
Soap. That's
Mickey
fabulous.
soap.
Shop soap. Creative soap making, $39.95. You've got a £44 saving on this. That's extraordinary. £44 saving. Right, David, what's this all about,
Okay,
please?
so inside here you're going to get your white soap base, which is perfect to add all of your colour to.
Half the stock of this is already in baskets. I'm not surprised at that price.
You've got your shea butter one as well, which is a wonderful fragrance to it, which you can add additional fragrances to. You can add pigment and colour from the selection pack to each and every one of these. Simply add it to, of course, the bain-marie or in your microwave, melt it down, it becomes liquid form, and then, of course, you can decant it into your silicone moulds and, of course, the tray that comes with it. You get also this fabulous tray where you can make all of your wax melts, but, of course, individual giftable soaps. And you can store the rest of your soap in here, and it comes with your scoop. Of course, you can use it for a multitude of different candle making processes as well. You do also get your clear soap, which is wonderful if you want to add dried flowers to it and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you want to put in dried flowers to your soap, just to add that natural element, you can see the translucency of it, even if you do add pigment, and you can layer them up to make almost like licorice all sorts.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
I know, they're incredible.
I like the idea of doing all this stuff, honestly. I think it's fabulous. So, Carol Lewis.
Hi, Carol.
I'm learning a lot about you today, Carol. She's got very fancy handmade paper for writing on with a silver fountain pen, lavender ink, and a wax seal on the back of the envelopes.
Oh my goodness,
know.
wow.
I think you need to send me a letter,
I was going to say, do you want to send
That'd
me a
be
letter?
really nice.
Yeah.
My work used to take me all around the world. I was invited by Disney to check out their Florida park. I stayed in a fabulous suite, all meals paid for, flights, all areas access, Disney private breakfast with the characters, the works. I love that. Isn't that fabulous? Absolutely
what did
amazing.
you do?
I know. How cool is that?
That's amazing.
Right. We're going back here now.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to the clay now.
The clay.
So you're getting 3 packs, so 3,000 grams or 3 kilograms. You're getting a white, a black, and a terracotta. All of these are colourable, of course. Shop clay. Is that right? That price?
I know.
£15.49.
Mel,
For
it's
3?
crazy.
Is that not supposed to be each?
Yes. I think each of them are around about $12.99, something like that. Oh, Lauren's doing some tidying up.
Oh, soap's gone.
Either that or she's shopping.
Well, yeah. It's going to be one of those days.
Honestly, this clay is brilliant. It's the quality, it's so smooth. It's really gentle on your hands, so you don't even need to wear gloves or anything like that when you're working with it. All 3 colours.
I'm not lost for words very often, but that's crazy.
So individually, each one of those, you'd be looking to pay pretty much that. You're getting almost 1.5 of these for free.
It's £5.16 a pack.
I know, honestly, I know. I think they're around about $12.99, $9.99 each, something like that. Again, as Mel said, you're getting a kilo of your white, your black, and your terracotta.
Amazing.
In your moulds, of course, with your cookie cutters to create impressions. What I absolutely love doing with this, and I really hope to bring this to you in a show, is that you roll it out and you put and impress all of your favourite elements like flowers into it, okay? So you fill it all with flowers, roll it into it, peel them all out so it creates a mould, a casting, and around the edge of that create like a sausage of clay, okay? Right. So it creates a lip around it, and fill it with resin cast, let it set and peel it out, and you make your very own tile of resin cast with your very own mould of clay, and then you can reposition it and rework it because it's not dried out in that process.
I love that. And it's half term this week, so if the children are off school, rolling that out, using the cookie cutters that are on here and getting them to paint them would be absolutely fabulous. And it's self-hardening, right? We don't need to bake this.
You don't need to bake it at all. Once it is fully self-hardened, leave it for a good few days. I'm going to suggest if you've got a thickness of over a centimetre, 72 hours is adequate drying time for it. Don't speed it up, you'll just crack it because the moisture will be still stuck inside. You can use it for planters, for pots, for little, you know, little egg trays, that sort of thing, jewellery.
I saw something on Instagram the other day, and a lady had got a piece of clay and she'd got a piece of like vintage lace, and she put it on top and braided over it. Peel the lace back. You could do that with a stencil. Peel the lace back, and then all that lace impression was left in the clay, and then she made it into a bowl. It was beautiful.
Oh, I want to do that.
I know, I do too. I sent it to Stephanie. I went, when tattered lace meets clay.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
But I loved it. I mean, that price, listen, seriously, that's a crazy, crazy deal. £15.49 gets you all three. Black, white, terracotta. You can paint them with your Cadence paints. These would be lovely with your waxes that are coming up later on.
The black one with the wax is incredible. It's really, really smooth. And of course, just aquastone it afterwards to make it non-porous, and then you can wash it and of course wipe it and have it as a functional item.
That's amazing.
I know.
Deal.
It's crazy.
That's the deal of the show.
Absolutely
for me.
crazy.
Right, next, shot wax. So we have got our cream candle wax here from Creative. It's a soya wax. 500 grams, £14 and 39 pence shop wax.
This is a wonderful wax to work with. Again, you'll see me demoing this quite often, and of course tomorrow as well on our candle making show, so get it ahead of the show. This here for you will work into all of the moulds that we have on today's show for you. It's great for wax melts. It's a soy wax, so it's extracted from the soybean, so it's eco-friendly, environmentally friendly. If you're using it with a wick inside as well, you've got 90% less soot, okay, from this, so almost minimal soot, opposed to a paraffin wax where you've got almost 100% soot burning from there. Of course, it's a cream base, so it looks wonderful when you incorporate your candle dyes into here as well to give it pigmentation. It's a wonderful opaque finish. It's a very soft wax as well, which means it burns at a much lower temperature, so you've got safer parameters to work within as well. And also it's water soluble, so if you do get it on your clothes or on your craft mat or any surface at all, a bit of warm water with a bit of washing up liquid, it sponges away as if it was never there.
That's fabulous. I just want to read out a message from Alison Stone.
Hey, Alison.
Just want to say I love watching you both. Thank you, Alison.
Thank you.
Last week I was rather poorly following surgery, so I was watching you on YouTube in hospital. Your chat was so lifting. Thank you. Alison, you're very welcome, and we wish you a very speedy recovery.
Absolutely, we do.
So, yeah, no, we love
well.
doing what we do. I'm very blessed to be able to come in here every day and chat to you guys.
Oh,
and I love the fact that we have this interaction here. We've never really had that before. We used to get it with emails coming into the studio, but this is just lovely. I think it's fabulous.
That's the thing, it's such a joyous experience, and we'd never experienced really anything like this, have we?
No,
And
it's just lovely.
And
sometimes
life
we're
has
all
a plan.
Yeah, it does. Life does have a plan. We're about creating a community here. There's a lot of disruption gone on, and there's still going on in the industry. And we're trying really hard here to keep coming to you every day, to keep that joy of craft and that community and build together. And tomorrow we're on the craft store as well, aren't we, on their Facebook page twice tomorrow. I want to say 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Yes, I think it
with
is.
Cadence, and we're supporting Dan like he supported us at the beginning. But it is all about building that community. So thank you seriously, thank you for watching us every day, because it does mean an enormous amount. Without you, we don't have a job.
Exactly, without you, there's no us.
No.
So, thank you.
Sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we've done the wax, shot wax, £14.39. Right, now then, we've got the resin cast. This time we did it as a bundle last week. We're doing them individually because we had quite a lot of people asking if you could get them individually. So shot black will get you 800 grams of resin cast for £26.99, and shot resin will get you 800 grams of white for the same price, £26.99. You've got a £3 saving on both of these, which is great.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely. Great value for money. I'm so glad we introduced this to the family here at Highlight Crafts. It's a brilliant product from Creative. It's all water-based. It's non-toxic. It's eco-friendly, so it's safe to use within your homes. And of course with the children as well. You don't need a mask or gloves to work with it. If you're using the black, you might want to just to save it getting everywhere. But again, it's really easy cleanup. It sets quickly. Resin has always been something I've been captivated and fascinated by, but always put off by the fact it's 24, 48 hours to demold. And that's just, I'm not about that life.
No.
It takes too long. I'm too impatient. I'm going to be honest, I'm an impatient person. And you know what? I want it done yesterday. With this, you can demold these in 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
You can demold from a deep mold within an hour. So with these, this one here took an hour and a half to set.
That's amazing.
And look at the depth, it's 2 inches deep.
That's brilliant,
Yeah.
right?
So with this, absolutely fabulous. It has a plasticizer in it, so it's a polymer compound, which makes it incredibly strong and durable, so it's not as brittle as a plaster of Paris.
This would be brilliant for the children if it only takes 2 hours to do that.
Oh,
so they could come in the morning, pour it, go and play for a couple of hours, come back and then paint it. How much fun would that be? That would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? I love
really
that.
would. And it's so smooth as well. It's incredibly refined. The mixture you could create with it, it's like a double cream, so it pours exquisitely into even the finest of crevices of moulds.
Yeah, love that. So if you want shop black, $26.99, or shop resin will get you the white, again $26.99. Now then, these messy trays. Now Stephanie had these on the other day when she was painting and using the ridges inside here to get right into cleaning that brush. These are fabulous, aren't they? So shop tray gets you 2 of them for $9.99.
I love these. Of course you can fit them inside one another if you want to have a little drying station, of course next to your sink, maybe where you clean your brushes. I've been using this for all sorts. Of course, with the elevation area, it allows your brushes to clean a lot easier, especially your cut and use foam. But again, a protective surface that's clean and washable for all things craft. So of course, if you're using things like your clay and your resin cast and your paints, your Cadence, those paints you don't want on those surfaces, these are just a must-have essential, which means you don't have to sacrifice something from your home already. Buy it purposeful.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And again, like you said, drying. So if you're doing lots, you've got lots of brushes on the go at once, that's a great way of storing them while you're ready to clean them. I think that's a fabulous product.
Yeah.
Shop tray, $9.99. Right, now then, this is a deal and a half. This takes me back to school, this. And I love the colour. These will be lovely in my craft room because some of the wallpaper's this colour in my... I know, it sounds shocking, doesn't it? But it isn't. It's lovely. Shop Pink gets you 18 of these.
How many?
18.
18?
For $9.99. Now, you can never have enough notebooks, can you? I went out and spent $9.99 on a new one the other day from a famous brand, paper, whatever, and you get an 18, and it cost me that for one. Now, it was thicker than that, and it had like little index things in that, but you could use these as signatures. If you're into your bookmaking, you could use these as individual signatures. They're lined, and it's good just to, if you're into your journaling, if you've got a gratitude journal going on, if you've got lists, you know, just books, 18 of them for $9.99. That's bonkers value. And then you still get your club discount and your points. Get your basket to over £35 and you get free shipping as well, which is brilliant. But to get that, and they're a really nice quality.
They are. I just love to tear into them and like tea stain them and put them in my collage and scrapbooks. Lined paper, you can't have enough of the stuff. Keep one, of course, in the drawer in the kitchen, one in the bedroom, one on the top of the stairs next to your phone table, you know, a jotter with a pen everywhere.
Right.
And for that price, why not? They're amazing. How many times are we all looking for a piece of paper in a book?
Honestly, we work in the craft industry.
I start writing on the back of my hand.
I know.
With like a felt
right?
tip.
Yeah.
With paint.
Shop Pink gets you 18 of those for $9.99. I'd buy those for Alice because she'll just draw in them.
Just the kids. And also practicing handwriting and things like that. That's really good.
Absolutely. Right, now then, one of my top products from Cadence is cut and use foam. Shop foam, $5.99 gets you this. It looks like the most boring product, but it's absolutely brilliant. We had a lady come on festival the other week. She painted a whole bathroom with a piece of this.
Yeah, it's
brilliant. And she said it was the fastest way to paint. She loved it. Right, David, why is this so special and why do we need it in our craft stash?
Well, it's the cut and use foam pad. It has 2 sides to it. So if I grab a little swatch of one of mine that I've cut up, of course, the instant advantage for this is you cut it to whatever size you want. So you create your own applicator to fit within your hand the way that you wanted it to in whatever shape. I've got a rectangular one here that I've just cut in an oblong, which meant I could do larger surface coverage. On one side, you've got a very heavy, dense foam, okay, which creates impressions. So if you add heat to this, it will retain the shape. So you could put your little cookie cutters into the back of here when you've heated it and create a stamp out of it because it keeps the shape. And then what you could also do is use this side as your paint distributor. So in there as well, you have got wonderful distribution of paint. It doesn't drink or harbour, absorb all the paint. I've got to try that technique. I'm going to do it during this show. I'm going to put the cookie cutters into the back of it and make a stamp.
David, wait.
I know. Oh my gosh, I need to do that now. But it's brilliant. It's fabulous and it's fully washable as well.
Debbie says, I was using the black resin cast the other day and ended up with a black moustache that I didn't realise was there until my daughter FaceTimed me and said, have you been using black paint or something? Somebody asked me that the other day about right down the side of his nose like that.
I had black gesso all here and I went to Mel and went, you can hardly tell, can you? She's like, yeah, you can tell.
You can tell.
It's quite a lot.
I love that. That's hilarious. That's brilliant, Debbie.
Fab.
Terry Kim White, thank you for this message. It means the world. That's what I love about the crafting community. Everyone is so supportive of each other despite what has been so devastating to a lot of those affected. They have pulled together to find other ways of selling their products. Everyone at Highlight has been absolutely brilliant in welcoming so many other sellers and presenters. Thank you for everything you do. Well, thank you, because I can't tell you. I'll show that to Stephanie later as well, because there's days when we're like, it's going through mud, isn't it? You know, and we're trying to get all this stuff done in a short space of time. But yes, thank you, and to just message in and say it's appreciated means the world.
It does. It
so
means
thank
so
you
much
for that.
to hear things like
that's
that.
amazing. Right now then, Cadence. Now then, Cadence. Tell me about these David waxes.
Okay, brother. So.
Okay. Honestly.
That just felt weird. So
brilliant. Honestly, today
we've managed to get the entire collection of the Cadence Dora waxes on this show for you, which is essentially a must-have, especially alongside your resin and your mould making. All the sets of 3 are on today's show now. These here are the latest waxes. We also have the freshest and newest release, having their second debut here on live shopping. Starting, of course, with the top section, which features your pearl, your gold, and your black wax. Fundamental key tones of metallic colours. And these are the Cadence Dora wax. These ones are the ones that trickle down from the Cadence Dora paints, which have the crushed metal flakes in them. They're ultra refined though, so that sparkle is that signature Dora element. I'm going to mention as well that tomorrow we have a brand new Cadence launch, which these waxes are designed to go with.
I'm doing that with you, aren't
I hope so, because it's called the diamond paint.
I?
Now this here,
Oh yeah, that's.
so that has an ultra refined sparkled glitter in it. So the Cadence Dora wax with your diamond paint is the perfect partner. So if you've not already got this, you absolutely need it, because tomorrow's is a must-have to complement it.
That's what we used when we went over, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
This is it'd be like having chips without sauce. This is literally the two that have to be used together when you're crafting.
What sauce though with your chips?
Depends how I'm feeling.
Go on,
you
then.
know what? I love a bit of mayo. You
I
know,
do too.
I'm a proper fan
It's
of
mayo for me.
I love mayo. Even when I've got chippy chips, mayo.
Yeah,
love it.
Absolutely.
Oh
Apparently,
yeah,
Andrew recommends if you go to the chip and get chippy chips and you've got some left over, save them and put them in the air fryer the day after.
Oh.
Apparently they're epic. Oh,
I want
Lauren's
chippy for
face
lunch.
just went.
Can we have chippy for lunch? I'd love a chippy for lunch.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, Lauren's
right.
pregnant, so it's a yes.
Yes, Lauren can have whatever she wants. So this one is Shop Classic.
Absolutely.
Okay, $22.49. Now on a brand new Cadence product, you've got a £4.48 saving on each set.
Absolutely.
So 16, 17, nearly £18 across all 4. If you bought
Wow.
all 4. I know, right?
That's amazing.
Not far off getting one
Yeah, absolutely.
partly free, are you?
So as well in here, you've got a second collection. Oh, go
Oh,
on.
Lou says, only bread and jam on the menu by the end of the week, folks. I know, right? Try working here, Carol.
Honestly.
It's mad. Right, next one is Nature. I love this one. This is very, very pretty. Shop Nature, $22.49. You're going to get your pink, your Mediterranean sky, and your apple green. Look at me remembering all the names.
Right?
What's that one called? I don't remember that.
Yeah, antique pink.
Antique pink. There you
These
go.
are wonderful tones, of course, a trio of colour together for you there. Again, with that signature Dora flash. In fact, let me just go and grab one that I've got here in my stash, just so you can see the colour being distributed. If I just grab a little bit of that wax just here, you can see the flash. So let me just grab a little bit of it just with my finger, and you can see it just on there. Look at the shine, the sparkle, and the shimmer. that you get with these. It is beautiful.
It's
so you can
lovely,
do watercolouring with this,
I
man.
know.
You
And
can
that's the
stamp
thing.
with it, blend with it, stencil with it, ombre with it, use it in a bottle of warm water to create your own mica mists with this. It is beautiful,
It is a
absolutely
fabulous
incredible
product.
quality. I love it to bits.
Yeah, it is just superb. What I love about Cadence is the quality of their product is second to none, but their prices... You're right there.
I got cramp in my toe. My toes went like that.
Oh,
I
that's
guess
weird.
it
Is
quite
gone?
often.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's like a salt when you diet that.
Oh, well, I'll definitely have them chips then.
Chippy dinner. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we're having chippy for tea tonight, says Lorraine Bradby. We're having
Nice
beef
one, Lorraine.
olives.
Beef olives? What's a beef
Yeah.
olive?
So it's sausage meat
Oh,
and breadcrumbs inside a thin layer of lean steak rolled up.
oh,
It's very nice.
right. That sounds.
really good.
Sam, have you had a stuffed olive, beef olive?
Beef olive.
Oh, no, I've never had one of them.
It's very nice.
That
That's
sounds
what we're having
incredible.
tonight. It is. Yeah, absolutely. We're going
Wow.
to start taking pictures of our food because everyone keeps asking about Carl's cooking.
Oh,
So we've had a conversation about that this morning.
I think that needs to happen.
Absolutely. Jacqueline says, no jam for me, only dry bread. Laughing faces. I know, right? Honestly, again, try working here. Cost
Yeah.
me a fortune, but I love it. Right, and I can't take it with me. I told Matthew his inheritance is my craft room. That's it.
There we go.
Right, next one is Shop Metallic. And this is $22.49.
A wonderful selection. Again, here you've got that wonderful silver. You've got your white gold, which is a much softer gold. If I just hold it against here,
Yeah,
the
it does, it's
ridge,
lovely.
you can see how it's like a sandy, sort of toned back gold, but it still has that fabulous sparkle inside
Excellent.
there. And you've got that diamond.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's almost like a
That's a
faint,
gorgeous
subtle,
colour.
dusty pink,
Yeah,
that
we
one.
need to open this up. I love that. Honestly, just opening these bottles makes me happy.
It is.
Look at that. Oh, look at that.
It's almost close to a pewter pink.
It is. It's very, very gentle. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely love
It goes
that
such
one.
a long way as well.
Pepperoni pasta tonight. That sounds nice. That's so
I
blue.
thought you were saying the next colour of wax then.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
So we've got
the name
pepperoni,
of pepperoni?
pineapple.
Your last collection is Shop Luxury, $22.49. Please don't eat them and put them on pizza. Can I just say that?
No.
Oh dear.
Okay, the most opulent, luxurious collection. This here is the malachite, your dark orchid, and that turquoise. Look
Favourites.
at them.
I know, I love them.
They're unbelievable.
Absolutely beautiful.
You absolutely need those. On that little Jiminy Cricket, I used the malachite, which is this one just here, so you
Look
can
at
see
him.
how he just looks. That's one coat
I love
of that
Jiminy
wax.
Cricket.
It's fabulous. You can see the coverage. It's just
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it's fabulous, isn't it?
And they don't have to go onto a black surface to be great coverage. This could be white resin cast. It will look the same.
That'd be great in chocolate.
Ooh. Imagine Jiminy Cricket in chocolate.
How fabulous would that be? Right, my lovely. Shall we go into a demo then?
Sure.
What we're going to do first, please, and I can just
Okey-dokey.
recap the codes.
Absolutely. Well, shall we mix some resin to pour into some of our
Okay,
moulds?
so you're using black?
Yeah,
I'll
let's
give
go
you
with
the codes
black.
for both.
Yeah.
So Shop Black gets you 800 grams of the black resin cast for $26.99, and Shop Resin gets you 100 grams of the white, same price, $26.99, and you've got a £3 saving on those as well, which is great.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my mould. In fact, actually, do you know what?
Go on,
I
what?
think I'm going to... I think I'm going to actually show you it inside this one, but I'm going to take him out first to show you how easy it is to demould and how easy it is to pour. Okay?
Wow.
So look at this. It literally just comes out like that.
Look at Pinocchio.
That there is our Pinocchio. He's just come straight out of the mould. But it's so easy. And I
It's
love that
really
with these,
smooth.
they've got a really even border around
Yeah.
the entire edge, which you can run your finger through, and it's smooth. It
It's
glides.
so smooth.
It's like a beveled edge. It's like you've got a really nice domed die cut.
Oh, it's super silky, isn't it?
And if you ever want to buff this up even further, take the back of a spoon and polish it, and it polishes it up like marble.
Oh, amazing.
So I think, yeah, so with a spoon, you take the back of it and you keep on working into it, and what will happen is it will buff it up and polish it, and especially with the white as well, it makes it look like granite. So you keep working into it, keep polishing it, and it buffs it up and it gives it that little sparkle. It brings any
that.
mica that you find in natural surfaces to the top.
It's so smooth, and I like that because if you're going to add waxes or you're going to add paints to it, you want it smooth, don't you?
Of course you do.
You don't necessarily want that texture. And to say that starts life as a powder, to come out that smooth is actually really
know.
quite remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly do something down here, won't be a second. Well, I'm not doing what you think I'm doing. So, this is water in this cup. What? In fact, actually, I wasn't finished. There we go. It's a bit better. Sorry. I forgot to top up afterwards, so. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do. Right. We're going to go in with our, resin cast.
Oh gosh, every time we work together, you'll end up with, end up looking like Alice Cooper by the end of it, with all my blinking mascara down my face. Lauren's going to give birth any minute, stop it.
We'll be hearing that sound again. Right, okay, so.
Grief, David.
What we're going to do is we're going to mix a batch of water and resin cast, okay? So we're going to switch.
Lauren, just turn around a quick glance at Lauren.
Lauren's literally falling off her chair. Thank you for staying with us, everybody.
Wendy says, David, I hope you're going to wash your hands.
Deary me.
Oh gosh, my tummy's hurting now. Stop it.
Okay, so. Right. I've got my cup on here, and I'm now going to take my resin cast. You don't need to put it through a sieve, make it any finer.
You've let sprouts jiggling around now. Oh, Hannah's coming in. Right. Do you not see what I did? So
No.
I'm just going to do something down here. Bent down.
Oh, no, you didn't in the cup.
No, he didn't wee in the cup, but it sounded like it because he was putting water in it out of a bottle.
And it sounded, well, I don't know what it sounded like. I don't know what they're talking about. What they're talking about.
Unhygienic. Did you wash your hands?
That's what Wendy messaged in and said, oh, you're going to wash your hands, David.
I wash my hands. It's fine. Okay.
Mel needs a quiet time. I think I need a time out, let alone a quiet time. Oh, Carol.
Right.
Honestly.
Into our weighing scale, we are going to put in 100 grams of our resin cast. So I'm going up here, and we're going to take it up to 100 grams. There we go. There we are, perfect. You got a bit of a buffer with this one of about 10% as well, so don't worry about it being too accurate, okay? You don't have to be super, super fine with your measurements. It's very, very, quite literally fluid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with 25 grams of cold water. So you don't need to warm it up anything at all. 25 grams for this one. So going straight through. Again, if you put in 26 or 28, don't worry about it too much. There we go. Look, 26, absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to, with my cup, I'm going to go in with my palette knife and start to gently stir this through, mixing from the bottom of the cup, making sure all of that water mixes with the resin cast. Okay, there we are. And you get a very quick, fine, smooth mixture, very, very speedy. But continue to mix it through. You'll find sometimes some bits at the bottom might have not fully mixed yet. You want to make sure it's all refined. If you feel any lumps or bumps with your palette knife or your stirrer, just keep on going for about 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. I can't look at Lauren because every time I look at Lauren, she starts laughing again. Oh, have you?
Oh. Oh, great. Am I going to be in trouble after this? I hope not.
Alice, Amanda said, was that a weighing or a weeing scale?
A weed scale.
A weeing scale.
Wow.
Oh, dear me.
I was going to say you're in for a treat, but...
Wendy says, I hope you're not going to make a collection of David filling the cup like Tina Turkey.
Oh, no. No one wants to see that as a die. No.
Oh, good grief.
That's a different download.
Oh,
No, don't need that one at all.
Can you imagine that? Oh, dear me.
Well, I've stirred that to an inch of its life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pouring, okay? So with your cup, just pinch it. I always use disposable cups. And then, of course, whatever is dry inside here, you just squeeze it and it pops out and keep all the little findings, okay? And then we're going to use this to now decant into our moulds. It's so easy to pour. So straight through, even into the finest detailed layers, just like this. If you get any lumps or bumps, don't worry about it. They'll smooth out. Don't need to take them out of there. And then as I've started to go through it, it's not full yet, but I start to gently knock it. Okay, knock it ever so slightly. Then I use something like a pokey tool just to push it up to any of those edges, okay? You could use something ever so slightly larger, maybe like the end of a paintbrush. That will also work, just making sure it goes right up to that lip of the mould, just there. If you go over it, it's fine. You can just remove any of it once it's dry, but this here will save you that time, making it even quicker. There we go. So it's going to take it right up to those edges, just there. There we go. And then let's top it up in a little bit more with some of our resin cast. Now you've got a nice working time with this. You'll start to notice within about 5 to 10 minutes, it will thicken. So you don't have to rush with it. It takes only like 30 seconds to a minute to fill each mould. But enjoy the process. I'm just using my brush to push it right up to the edges. If you went over like that onto the mould, don't worry. Just put as much of it back inside as you can do, and then once it's dry, it'll just snap off really easily.
Absolutely. Now this, Sophie's asking, is the first Disney bundle still available? Yes, absolutely. So the one that David's using now is the brand new one today. Shop Mould, $17.99. You've got £25.93 saving. And the one that we launched last week, Shop Disney, is $14.99 with a £23.94 saving. So they're both still available, Soph, absolutely. If you've got any problems, just contact help@highlightcrafts.com and we will sort that out for you. Karen says we've all got the same sense of humour. It's great. Thank goodness for that. Otherwise we'd be in trouble, wouldn't we?
Oh, I hope we're not.
Me and you together,
I might just
honestly.
go straight to the car park after this for a breather.
Keep P45 on the way
Yeah,
out.
Don't let the door hit you where you split you. Right, so what I'm going to do is go right through.
Again?
I don't know what I said.
Don't let the door hit you with a stitcher.
No, where it split, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So what I'm doing, I think I've lost it today. Ever since I filled up that cup, I feel like my brain's just turned to mush. So what I'm doing now is I've gone in all of the mould, and then you just want to gently bounce it like this, and you'll notice like you see loads of little flashes, and it's loads of teeny tiny little bubbles popping on the surface. Can you see them?
Oh yeah.
You get loads, hundreds of minute little
like
tiny
it's
bubbles.
fizzing.
Yeah, that's it. It's like loads of little sparkles.
is?
Yeah. And every time you've knocked it, you'll get a few more coming through. Now keep doing this, and they recommend to do it for 2 to 3 minutes. And that just means any air bubbles that are sat on the surface of the mould will come to the back of it, okay? Now I've still got additional mixture left over in there, so don't waste it, use it. I'm gonna go into here some of our 7 dwarves.
Oh.
And let's fill up some of these as well, shall we?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, definitely.
When you watch these old movies, the voices when they were singing were really trill, weren't they?
They were,
yeah.
Did you know that I think with Snow White, the lady who voiced Snow White was never ever able to play her voice in another character ever?
Oh.
Yeah, so she did Snow White and then that was it.
And that was it?
Yeah, because
Oh,
of course then
fabulous.
her character, that voice always was known for being Snow White. There you go. So
Amazing.
interesting
It
little...
is all interesting.
full of useless knowledge. There we go. So I'm going to go into that and just fill up this one. And look how much I'm getting out of this. I've done that entire mould with one mixture, and I'm probably going to be almost able to fill up an entire second plate of moulds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is amazing.
It is amazing.
I might just miss off. Is it sleepy there? I might just be able to fill up ever so slightly. So I'm going to take my brush out, make it a bit easier.
Okay.
And anything I've got in there, I'm just going to scrape. And of course, always get the most out of your cups. Don't waste any.
No, don't.
But if you ever do have any left that's not quite enough to fill a mould, I would just spread it out evenly onto a piece of greaseproof paper. And then when it's dry, you can use it for all of your terrazzo chippings.
Lovely. Love that.
But any that you've not got that are half filled like this one, you can then top it up with an additional mixture and it'll just bond to the surface layer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fabulous, David.
It's
And
so quick.
how long are they going to take?
We'll be able to demould these during today's show.
Wow.
So we'll be able to take these out in a few minutes. I'm just going to set them behind me, then I'm going to grab my Pinocchio and I'm going to show you what it's like to add some waxes to the surface. So let's pick up these two. You can still move them around when they're full of resin, of course. It's really easy. So I'm going to sit this one just there for the moment,
lovely.
if that's okay. I'm going to pop those just there, and I'm going to set my brush in the other end of it just in some water.
Let me do a little bit of a recap for
thank you
now, so that David can get ready for his next demo. So, brand new today, Shop Mould is going to get you everything that you see from here to here, okay? So you're going to get your Peter Pan, you're going to get Pluto with the little dog bones and the little paws, etc., etc. If you made your own like dog biscuits or dog food, like treats, that would be great for that, wouldn't it?
That'd be brilliant.
Absolutely. Then who have we got here? Can't see them from here. This is just Seven Dwarfs, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
This one here is Pinocchio and
Can't
Jiminy
see
Cricket.
that. This one is Flounder.
Flounder, that's
Little
it.
Mermaid.
And Sebastian.
And Sebastian. And then you've got your cookie cutters down here. So you've got Plains, you've got Piglet and Winnie the Pooh, you've got Huey, Dewey and Louie at the bottom there, and then you've got 3 of the different sizes with Mickey Mouse. And this is what Amanda did with it. Look at this with the felting show. Isn't that fabulous?
It is brilliant. I absolutely
Just
love
working
that.
inside those cookie cutters. I think that's a really cool idea. That on a bag, maybe your handmade bags, that stitched on would look absolutely fabulous,
would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I love
look
that.
Amazing.
The next one is what David brought you last week. So you've got Scully on here, you've got Lion King, love that. You've got the dwarves in there as well, and I can't see those ones at the front. You've got the massive big Mickey Mouse mould. This one is...
Oh, you've got Dumbo in the house.
Dumbo and the house from up. That house would look lovely round a piece of MDF, but not as from up, but also just coloured in all the way around a piece of MDF. That would look lovely.
It would look so cute.
Disney product is home and personal use only. You can gift it if that's what you want to do, but no selling, just to make that really, really clear. Next, we have our fabulous mosaics. Now, I've been stood here looking at some of these mosaics. They're absolutely amazing. 2 kilograms you're getting in here. And I found one, look at that one there with all those striations going all the way through. How amazing is that? You're going to get 2 kilograms of tiles, a bag of black resin cast, and 4 sanding blocks. It's shop bundle and it's $44.99. That's incredible value for money.
It's really good. It's an entire craft kit, yeah.
And look what you can make. Oh, way up. Look what you can make with things like that. Isn't that just lovely? So this is it using the resin cast as the grout. And this has had aquastone put over the top of just a thin layer. Look how that just makes those colours pop. Isn't that fabulous? I love the idea of that outside in the garden on a summer's evening. Yeah. That would look absolutely gorgeous, wouldn't it? Shop bundle, $44.99. Right, go back over here. Now, this deal I cannot get my head around at all. This is ridiculous. Each one of these packets is a kilogram in weight. It's blinking heavy, let's put it that way. You get a packet of black, a packet of terracotta, and a packet of white. Shop clay, £15.49 for all 3, not each.
That's really good value.
Isn't it?
To get a professional primo self-hardening clay.
I can't get that. Made in Italy.
Fabulous quality of clay, that one. And I've got all the 3 colours that we have in the collections for you.
That is a little bit crazy. Right, shop wax next. If you fancy making these into little wax melts, that would be amazing. How long do you think it would take to set in the Mickey mould? Because that as a candle would be
The Mickey
fabulous.
mould, I would say anyway, with wax, if it's deeper than an inch, you want 7 to 8 hours.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, just cooling temperature. Yeah.
Lovely. So shop wax gets you 500 grams of the soy wax in cream, £14.39. If you want your white resin cast by itself, 800 grams of that will come to you for £26.99. Shop resin for the white. Shop black for the black. Surprise. You've also got your trays here as well, which are really cool. So Stephanie was using these the other day somewhere when she was doing lots of painting with different brushes and stippling. She was using this as her clean-up tray. And these little raised areas here help her got right into those bristles on that brush and clean it thoroughly. Shop tray, $9.99. And then your 18 pink jotters, 10% of those trays are allocated in people's baskets. Shop Pink gets you 18 jotters, and these are fabulous. So they're lined, they're from Consortium, so they're just like school books, they're brilliant. Notes, all that kind of different thing. 18 of them for $9.99, Shop Pink. And then you've also got a full A4 sheet of the cut and use foam for $5.99. Shop Foam, $5.99. Right, David's going to go into the waxes now. So as he's doing that, we'll go to the waxes after that. Okay, lovely. Right.
Right, okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with... Oh, yes, I've got some open. Yeah.
Do that bit first.
Yeah.
Do that first,
Sorry.
and then we'll come to that. We've got another hour yet, so
we've got a
we're
load
good.
of time. Yep.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do for you is I want to just show you the application of your waxes onto your resin cast projects. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you is go straight in with a brush onto the gilding wax. So this here, I'm just going to take some of that wax out. Look at it, it is beautiful. Now this is from that wonderful luxury collection. So I'm just going onto my mat here to decant some of it out so I've not got too much on my brush. And I'm going to dry brush all over our Pinocchio mould, okay, just to show you how it picks up on the surface. Okay, now watch this.
Wow.
It is so vivid. The pigmentation.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. I'm going into all of the angles, all of the indentation just done here. Look at that. It is glorious.
So the tech's almost like your dry brushing, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. So I'm like buffing back and forth, letting the bristles find all of the indentations. It's the easiest way to use it. Of course, you can use your finger if you want to just pick out highlights, but I'm then going to go in with the black wax afterwards and start to then redefine all of that detail. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. But if this particular wax colour, it has a very vintage gold to it. It looks almost in a way slightly tarnished, but at the same time polished. It's really interesting the way that it represents itself on the surface. But look at this, how it's coming together. It's like magic.
That is gorgeous, isn't it?
It looks like it's been dipped in gold.
I love that.
Me too.
And it's so smooth.
So smooth.
And that's down to the resin cast, isn't it? It's super, super, super smooth.
Of course, the surface of the resin cast is very complementary of the wax. It allows it to really come to the top. And these being, of course, from that wonderful luxury collection.
Yep.
You've got inside there so many different tones that are going to work together. So what I'm doing now is I'm dipping into the colour, just taking it all the way around the edge. It'll dry very quickly, okay? So within about 10 to 15 minutes, you'll notice it'll start to touch dry. Within a couple of hours, it'll be completely smooth and not tacky at all. So we've got it like that. But if we're going with our black, which of course is from that wonderful collection where you get your pearl in there.
Classics.
Wonderful.
Shop Classic, $22.49.
It's going to take off a little bit of the black, and this is where you can start to go into all of those details. So if you go back in and redefine all of those areas where you would create depth to create shading, I'm going to go in here with a little bit of the black and then take a clean brush and then just buff it out, okay, just like this. Okay, so I'm buffing into those areas which brings out all of the depth. So pick up a bit more wax. You can go a bit freehand into areas where you've got a bit more detail. Again, just buff it out with that brush. Allow that tarnished look and feel to really come back in. So again, a little bit more black. And then put that round here, round his nose, clean brush again, buff it out and let that black just do its thing. Let it just blend out and look at how the colours here in the corner, that depth has been created. Just going with a little bit of black into the corner there and then clean a brush and swoosh it around and blend it out. And you're creating that colour depth, okay? So it's not flat coverage. It's so fun to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with finger waxes, you can do, of course, just an even coat. That's fine, but this is where it gets really exciting. So I'm going in here, just with the black, really fine, just around, letting the mould guide my brush, so you don't need an expertise in brush handling with something like this. I can now start to feel I've got a grip, okay? I can feel that my brush is grabbing to the surface. It means the wax is drying, so we need a little bit more wax. So we go back into our little wax pot, just like this, and it's nice, silky and smooth again, and pick out those areas where you would naturally find light gathering and making it darker.
I love that. Anne Godfrey's asking, would anything work in your melt pot? I usually use UT. No, I wouldn't. I don't think you could There's no point in putting resin in a pot that heats up.
No, I wouldn't add heat to it.
That doesn't make any difference whatsoever. But you could use these waxes on top of your ultra thick embossing enamel without a shadow of a doubt, which is I've still got my melt pot at home as well. I use it quite often.
So your melt pot, is that for your embossing powder?
Yes, it's a melt pot. It was by a lady called, somebody will message in and tell me I can, flipping out, what was she called? Now that's going to drive me crazy. Please message in because it's going to drive me nuts.
It's stuff like that drives me crazy as well. It's like a song.
Tip of my tongue as well. It'll come back to me anyway. And the melt pot was huge a few years ago, and you used to put ultra thick embossing enamel, so thick crystals of embossing powder in, and melt it down. Then you could pour it into moulds, but it was quite brittle.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the resin cast isn't brittle at all. Blinking out, what she called, it's going to drive me mad.
Yeah, I definitely, in the active process of your resin cast, I wouldn't encourage any heat because it actually generates its own heat. It's very mild, but that's the curing process. So leave it to do its thing. Experiment, of course, in loads of different ways, but do bear in mind it does have a plastic compound inside there. And there is, I say chemical reaction. They're not chemicals, but it's a reaction that takes place within the plaster, which allows it to cure. So even if you had a hairdryer on it, it wouldn't make it dry any quicker. It's like when concrete sets underwater.
Amanda Connolly would like you to show the nature waxes as well, please. But finish this on first.
Absolutely.
They're lovely colours, Amanda. They really are.
I'm just, it's such a thrill working with these waxes. You can see here, I'm just picking up bits of gold now, then to re-highlight on the top here. And that Pinocchio now is incredibly vintage. I'm circling around on the top of here with just a little bit of that gold, bringing out the highlights just like this. And again, that redefines that true iridescence and shimmer just on the surface like that. So we added our black in to give us that authenticity, that aging. And now this is the perfect fridge magnet. You can gift with this.
Look at that.
How cute is he? But
that's
he looks
adorable.
It doesn't look like it was just made. It looks like an emblem that's quite vintage.
Absolutely. That is just lovely, isn't it?
And that black wax, use that process with every colour of the wax collection and you'll be able to create this.
And then you could draw around that.
Yes.
Onto a magnetic sheet, cut it out and you've got a fridge magnet. I mean, that's cool. Just beautiful. If you're doing a children's bedroom and you're doing that original Disney look and feel, that on a chest of drawers or on a wardrobe as an emblem.
Pulls.
Yeah, even on a headboard, that is absolutely.
See the difference though?
Love that.
Of using the black and not using it.
Yeah, makes such a difference, doesn't it?
It brings the detail out.
It really does. Yeah, I love those, David. They're just lovely. And they're not heavy either.
Oh, no, relatively
lightweight.
So
if you did want to put them on a card, you could, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah, post them to your friends and family.
Pages. Maybe you've been to Disney, right? And you get yourself an album, a scrapbook album to do your journaling and your scrapbooking in. That on the front cover.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Would be absolutely lovely. When I took Matthew, I took him when he was 13. Because he was then tall enough to go on all the rides, and I bought a leather-bound album. I think it was about $60, and it just had the Walt Disney logo on it around the photo piece that you could put one in on the front. That would absolutely lift that. That's beautiful. I love that.
Really fun to do.
Special.
And the clean-up as well. You've just seen there, cleans
really
up
easy.
So easily. It's a fully water-based wax, but on all of your resin casts, it's a must-have.
No,
so
it wasn't.
Nice.
It wasn't. Wendy Corbett, just check Mel, and this is the name. It wasn't Israel Zangwill. It wasn't. It was a different. It was a lady, and she had really short, spiky hair. Oh, I'm blinking out. Stephanie will know. I can't remember. Honestly, that's going to drive me mad.
Well, I most certainly don't know. I'm afraid.
Melt pot.
I'm not much help to you with that one.
I haven't got my phone with me either to Google it. Google it after. That's going to drive me nuts.
Laura might be able to Google it.
Google it. Melt pot.
Melt pot.
Melt pot.
Is it an embossing melting pot?
No, just it was called the melt pot. Let me come and have a look.
Okay, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to get ready for another demo, and we're going to work with some of that clay. I'm working with the white clay. Of course, remember, you can get yours in a selection of 3. It's shop clay today, and you're going to get the terracotta black and the white, 1 kilo of each. I'm going to use my palette knife now just to take off a portion of this, and you can see where I've tore into it previously, but I'm just going to take off, that's all I need really for this one. We can of course always add more, and we can always
Susie
put
Weinberg.
it back. Oh,
that's it. Sorry, just spotted it. Susie Weinberg. That was it.
Weinberg.
Yeah, amazing lady. She must have sold millions and millions of those melt pots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you put it in and it melts it and it has a lid and
Was
then
it
you lift
electric?
it. Yes.
Oh, right.
And then you pour it into moulds.
Oh.
Because embossing powder is plastic.
Yeah.
So when you heat it, it
Yeah.
melts back down to its original form, to its liquid form. Oh, yes, Susie Weinberg.
Well,
There,
yeah.
Alison Horn. Well done. Absolutely.
Nice one.
Fabulous.
Okay, I'm going to use this as my rolling pin because I can't find mine. So, hey, look, do you know what? I was making cookies the other week
What
at home.
are
I
you
used a roller
doing?
my rolling pin. I've got a
Lauren.
lovely big rolling pin somewhere in this building. Honestly, do you know what? This is crafty.
That's the sort of thing that Stephanie would do.
Well, do you know what? Spend
Right.
enough time around it, might as well
Right.
take on a bit of inspiration.
What is it? Is it cling film?
Shrink wrap. It's brilliant
wrap.
stuff. Stole it off Martin.
Does it know?
No,
It does now.
that's what stealing is.
Wow.
No, it's not.
Sounds like you're a regular expert at that, David.
I'm
Can
not.
I just
Can I just
say?
clarify? It's borrowed because I'm doing a project with it. I think that worked. So
You think?
Martin, it will be on its way
Oh,
back to you.
Susie Weinberg. Yes,
soon as possible.
absolutely.
Let's have a look at these cookie cutters, shall we?
Yes, please.
So, of course, what you do with these, you can create your impression first, or of course you could dip your cookie
So this
in.
is with the clay.
Yes, absolutely, with the clay.
So you get 1,000 grams or a kilogram of black, same in white and same in terracotta. This price is crazy. Shot clay, £15.49. That's madness.
So, of course, your image
Oh, look, it's Piglet.
is already created.
Look at that.
I know,
you have
right?
to have these.
And then let's cut Piglet
You
out.
have to have these. These are brilliant.
So take the remainder of your clay away in the cutting process. Okay.
Love that.
Keep it stationary for now. I'm using my Mylar mat. You might want to talc it a little bit first,
Yep.
just for an easier release. It should be fine though. And give it a little wiggle like this before you do any releasing, and that just puts all the edges up together. So give Piglet a wiggle. Do the Piglet wiggle.
That's going to be a thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be.
Look at him.
So then I'm just going to use my palette knife just here. Okay, just to start to take
Oh, you
Piglet
need
up.
to do this with the children. Look at that.
Okay, that there for
Look at
you
that.
is incredible. Now, of course, you can go and paint your piglets whilst they are, whilst the clay is still wet. You can do that. It doesn't have to be bone dry.
That's not something you say every Wednesday, is it? You can paint your
Paint your
piglets.
piglets. I can remember when I worked on a farm.
Do you know what? Good shout, Marina. Use the melt pot for your wax. Why did I not think of that? You know, when it's quite there in your face, go and use it for the wax. I'll use it for the wax.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what
Brilliant.
temperature they work at, but
If it melts UT, it'll melt wax.
absolutely,
That's
it will
for sure.
do. That's a great shout, absolutely. Have a look. I think that one melts at 40 degrees, so you're good to go. Of course, you can go straight onto open, non-dried clay with this. Just make sure you don't paint the back as well, so there's somewhere for the moisture to actually escape. But I'm going with our wonderful pink just here, and then we're going to highlight with some gold. So I'm going all over Piglet's belly as well. I can remember I didn't work there for very long, but I worked on a farm during the summer, and it's when they had all the piglets as well in the spring, and it was honestly adorable. I can remember going in to do all the mucking out, which you wouldn't really think I would enjoy, but I used to love doing it. And all the piglets would just be around your feet, and you'd pick them up, and they'd squeal so loud.
I bet you did that. Didn't you? I love that. That's fabulous.
I loved it to bits. It was such a lovely thing. But again, you can just paint straight on with your wax.
Look at that.
Even whilst it's open. And I'm going to use a bit of the bright gold.
Oh, how fabulous are these, David?
They're
I love this.
Good. They are brilliant moulds. Like, they are absolutely fabulous. Now, I've pretty much dusted off this brush, so I can go into my secondary pot here and create another mix. And I'm just going to go in with a bit of gold just to add some highlights. And it just allows the gold and the pink to work really well together. Now I'm focusing on the outer edges, which is allowing me to sort of capture in that wonderful iridescence, which just looks wonderful.
That'd be a fabulous bag charm if you put a hole through the
Oh, it
middle.
would,
Add a jump ring on it.
Yeah, you could literally just get your
Couldn't
pokey like this and go, I'm going to use that section there. So I'm not actually going into the design, and I'm just going to separate it out just like that. There we go. Do a little swirl. It opens up, and there you go. You've got a perfect hole there.
Look at that.
Put a jump ring,
Jump thing through it.
or a thread, anything like that. But I'm just impressed by the detail. Should we roll another and have a little
yes,
look?
Please,
Let's
yes,
do it.
Yes. Can we do one in black? Have you got black?
I've not got a black one open.
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't got one. I'm sorry.
We've got lots of stock of this, Lauren.
Can we open one? Is I think the next question.
Oh no, I'm not going to ask.
Oh.
Doing it.
Yes.
Doing
Absolutely.
it. Being a rebel.
Rebel, do you know what we could do?
I'm
We
not
could mix
here.
a bit of black and white.
I'm not here tomorrow. Well, first of all, somebody's going to have to pick up the 7 hours that I'm doing tomorrow. So I will be here tomorrow.
So I'm
But
just
if I'm
going to
not,
start
you know why?
presenting.
I'm just hiding.
Oh, should we do some marbling with the black and white?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my goodness. Right,
Let's do
okay.
it, do it,
so
do it.
it's like opening a fresh block of cheese. So what you do is you
No, I wouldn't like cheese looking like that.
well, no, not the colour. And I usually do cut off about this much.
Right, so going back to the melt pot, Janet
Yeah.
J. The melt pot is a range of products, and the temperature on them is from 40 to 170 degrees.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
That'll work for you.
Yeah, set it to about 60 degrees to melt your wax for your fragrances, and then take it up to about 80.
You
That
need
sort of
one
temp.
in your life, David,
I
says
really
Janet
do.
J.
I
will
do.
see if I can find mine and bring it in so you can have a play.
Please do.
Yeah, that's a fabulous idea. So yes, there's me going, no, I'm really sorry, you can't use anything in there. You're all right. Is that round two? Really sorry. So round one, Amber, because you weren't here. David took a paper cup and went, I'm just going down here to do something, and went squeeze water bottle into the cup, so it sounded like he was visiting
I was
the
squatting.
bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to guarantee it's going to get any better either. Oh, my tummy's
Right,
hurting now, stop
okay.
it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll these two together. We've got our black and our white.
Oh, dear me.
Pinch them at the ends and fold that in on itself, okay? And then fold it again
It
around.
says we need a comedy show, us two.
I think we've got one.
Marina says she's lost it now. I know, right? We'll be giggling about that all day, won't we? All
Honestly,
day.
wow, that's brilliant.
Oh, dear.
So what we've got here is I've just done a little bit of marbling with
funny.
that black clay, just to blend it in together. I will do a solid black one as well. So I'm just going to put this to one side. My goodness. I'm actually going to use... Oh, I almost rolled over me, squished me piglet then.
Oh, no. Stop it.
Honestly.
Oh, David, honestly. Amanda would have fainted by now if she was doing this show with David, says Anelia. Yes, she
I
would.
think I'm close.
Oh, good grief.
When you're working with your
David,
clay,
wait.
you don't have to condition it. I always do.
Oh,
It is
gosh.
black, of course. You will get a little bit on your hands. You can wear gloves if you want to. It does wash off really easily, though.
Oh,
It's just the
dear
pigment
me.
in the clay. It's an open and active pigment. So I'm going to go straight in with my roller again. Oh, my word.
Honestly, that's
Wow.
hilarious.
See how much fun you can have with these moulds, though.
I know, right? Oh, do you know what? They're just fun. And I think for the kids, this is going to be absolutely great. But also for embellishments for your cards.
Oh, yeah.
With these. Because that clay is not heavy. I mean, it's heavy when it's wet. But as the
Oh, yeah,
moisture
it's
evaporates
lighter.
out, it will come lighter. But I think this is just brilliant.
It is. It's a really fun craft to get involved in. And you know what? Anybody can do this. That's the beauty of this.
Oh, dear me, you lot are encouraging me now. Stop it, Marina Bowen.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
She says, wow, that's a big one, David. And then in brackets it says rolling pin, of course.
Oh my!
I tell you, you're going to get us two in serious trouble, you lot.
I think I might stay in here for the rest of the day. 'Cause I'm nervous to
I've got
leave.
the next show. I might be frog marched out the building.
Oh, Amber's just squished me
dear
Piglet
me.
now. Poor Piglet.
Just slightly.
Don't squish Piglet.
Piglet.
Oh, look at him. That's fabulous. I love that.
It's so cute.
Look at him. Isn't he
Super
lovely?
sweet.
Look.
Little piglet.
I love Piglet.
These are brilliant. And of course, whilst they're in that state as well,
fab.
of flex, you can sit them onto terracotta pots, things like that. Add a bit of water behind and they'll belt.
Put them on jars.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
have
And paint
little
the whole
hair bands
thing.
and bubbles and that
Oh,
kind of thing
yeah.
inside.
Absolutely.
Oh, dearie me.
Right, so I'm just taking...
Amanda Conley says, make sure you wash your hands before you actually use the bathroom, David.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Oh, my goodness.
Right, we've got to stop now. We're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But that is very funny. I'm
Everyone's
not going to
get us
lie.
into bother today.
I know.
My goodness.
Trouble and Troubler, they're going to call us, aren't they? Not
think
Dumb
they
and
are.
Dumber. Trouble and Troubler.
Trouble and Troubler. We've got our fresh
dear.
Winnie the Pooh. There we go. So... So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in. Stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the...
Terry Kim said, Kite says, I dare not say what I'm thinking. Not me neither.
Honestly, oh my goodness. Who would have thought it, eh? Moulds are bringing so much fun to the day. And do you know what? It's lovely just to have your company as well. It's brilliant.
Oh, dear me. It's absolutely fabulous. I'm so glad we've all got the same sense of humour.
Oh, me too. Which part of Pooh is pink? Is it the belly? Is it the top?
It's got a red t-shirt on.
Yes, so I'm going to use the pink for that bit. In fact, let's go in with the gold first, and then I can detail accent with the pink afterwards. So let's go in with our gold. Here we go. Wonderful.
Oh, dear me.
All around, and look on the black.
Look.
He looks incredible. Look at
Oh,
this.
I need these in my life. I'm going to have to get this clay and these moulds. And the waxes to do with Alice. She'll love that.
And do you know what you can do as well? If you just take a bit of that
That's
cut and use
brilliant.
sponge.
Imagine those as biscuits as well.
Oh, wow. That would be
Right.
amazing.
That's what we're going to do
I'm
at
going to
Easter
go on
holidays.
with the wax. I think you need to. And then I'm just going to gently go in and stipple with the wax because you get a completely different look.
Oh, that's fab.
Look at how it glistens.
And this is the cut and use foam.
It
Shop
is
foam,
indeed.
$5.99. That's fabulous.
Look at that, the difference in colour.
It sparkles.
It's so
Doesn't it?
sparkly. And of course, this still has
That's
flex to it.
amazing.
So you can still manoeuvre it, you
Right.
can still manipulate it in different ways.
Put Piglet next to
Oh
it.
yeah, Piglet
Then you can
together.
see, look
Look
at
how
the
cute
difference.
they are.
That's amazing.
It is, and I love as well with the cut and use sponge, the paint and the wax hasn't channeled down into all of those indentations. It's stayed on the surface. That means if you've got anything that's like a jar, so for some example, something like this, you could then go straight on the side with it, hot glue that onto here once it's dry, lay it on it while, of course, it's wet so it stays in the shape. If you've got a curved vessel like a jar or a jug or something, keep it on there and it keeps that shape so that when it's dry, you're going to glue it to it and you're not almost trying to break it to fit it into the right place. But really, really easy just to have stuff like that in and around your home.
Fantastic.
Really cute, isn't it?
Absolutely. Carol says the Facebook morality police will shut us down.
Oh,
I don't
no,
think Facebook
don't-
have morality
don't.
police anymore, do they?
I don't know, but don't
Oh
say
dear,
that.
that's very funny. No, they can't shut us down.
No, they
Honestly, they
won't.
can't.
Well, I hope
Honestly,
not.
they definitely can't. The sponge is the best, Janet J says. Absolutely it is. And Lorraine Bradbury says, I'm guessing Andrew isn't in today. It's very quiet in his corner, lol. Honestly, it's not. Lauren is crying, laughing in that corner.
She's just been very professional.
I know.
Oops.
Don't
there
want this
we go.
baby to come early, though.
Oh, I know, right?
Don't want that, do
I'm
we?
just going to pop my Winnie the Pooh and my Piglet just on there.
Oh, look at
and
that.
our moulds.
Oh, yes. Let's have a look at our moulds.
So these ones here, they're going to be about 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay, it's 15:15, so we set them just about 20 minutes ago. Mel, feel the heat coming from these.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that reaction process.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So you'll find that a very gentle heat.
gentle.
Oh, it's a very
Yeah,
gentle
very-
heat.
yeah.
It's coming from these right now. Okay. As soon as these go cool, which I'm going to say is going to be about 3 or 4 minutes,
Yeah.
you can start to demold. Even if I just prise the edges away here, you can see already they're pretty much ready. But we just want to let it cool.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Right. Let's do the...
Yes, I'm just going to wipe up.
Yes, you wipe up. I'm going to go through these waxes, and then we need to show the nature ones.
Oh yes,
Don't
absolutely.
we? Right, so these are brand new. They've only been in this year, and they're fabulous variety. Now, I love the waxes from Cadence for many, many reasons, as you've just seen David use, but they're also water-based. So there's no smell to them. You don't take the lid off and it's like boot polish. There's none of that in there. You can use them with water and paint with them, which is phenomenal. But they have, because they're the Dora family, they have that crushed metal flake inside them, which gives them an incredible reflective, just, what's the word? Reflective
shimmer.
Shimmer,
and
yeah,
sparkle.
shimmer to them. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful colour? So your black, your Alton Gold, and your pearl. This pearl is beautiful. Look at that. I'm about to use that on some MDF that I'm getting ready for next week. The pearl just gives it that shimmer and shine. Shop Classic, £22.49 will get you all 3 pots, which is a cracking price, and you've got a £4.48 saving. The next row down, which is your antique pink. Look how beautiful that is. And it's soft, it's butter-like in its consistency. It doesn't go hard like some waxes do. You know, when you've got to really go in and get it rubbed onto your finger and then you end up with more on your finger and then it starts to peel. It's not that kind of wax. It's a brilliant, brilliant consistency and it works beautifully. And it's very easy to wash off. You've got the Mediterranean Sky, which is absolutely lovely. Look at that blue. It's a stunning colour. So you get that one. And you also get your apple green. And I like the fact that we've done some more pastel-y colours, because if you're making your Easter cards, don't just think this is for mixed media. This can go around the edges of your cards, through your stencils, things like that. Mix it with your paste to colour the paste. So if you got the paste with the 3D stencils, you could mix the colour first rather than painting them after. So that one is Shop Nature, again, £22.49 with a £4.48 saving. Next, you've got your silver, and this is a very soft, gentle silver. You can see it's almost got like a champagne colour mixed in with it there. So it's not just a flat silver. You've got that fantastic, just give it a mix with an end of a paintbrush or a lolly stick, something like that, and then pick it up with your foam. You saw David just use it with the foam then. I need to try that technique because that's brilliant. Then you've got your white gold, which is a very soft, delicate colour that is just delicious. I mean, it's beautiful. Almost like a very soft sand colour, that. If you imagine a beautiful sandy beach somewhere exotic. And then this one is fantastic. This is your diamond. I love this colour. As a neutral colour, it's like a very, very, very soft mink colour with a little hint of pink in it. It's wonderful. So that set is Shop Metallic. And then your final set, which is your luxury, gives you the malachite, which is what you've just seen David using. So if you want that vintage look, I mean, look how beautiful that colour is. And the filter at the top, look how much product you're getting in that little jar. So you've got that one, and keep the jars afterwards, wash them out. You can use them as your storage. You've got your dark orchid, which is my all-time favourite colour, which is that really rich, regal purple in there. It's stunningly beautiful. And then you also get your turquoise in here, which is like petrol. You know, when you see that oil on water, it's gorgeous. Look at that colour. The richness and the depth of that colour is quite extraordinary. So you get all three of those, sorry, £22.49 Shop Luxury. Now, we are launching a product tomorrow. Called Diamond Metallics, and these work in conjunction with those. They work independently, of course, but get those in your basket today, and then you can get your diamonds tomorrow. They're lovely. Right. I was going to say something now. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yes, we need to show those colours, don't we?
Absolutely, we do.
Colours of the nature.
Absolutely, colours of the nature. So before I go into doing our next project with our little house that we've got here, because I love this one.
I do too.
I'm just going to show you the actual difference of it on black and white and what it actually looks like as well. So starting off with that Mediterranean Sky from, of course, that fabulous collection. Look at the colour. I mean, oh my word.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's dreamy, it's velvety, it is so, so creamy. So I'm going to go in with my brush just to show you that through the white onto the black, the colour tones that you get, it's so striking and solid that you see very minimal difference. The beauty of this is that if you go on very faintly onto your black, you can really pick out the true tone of the mica, which is the difference. But of course, on your white, you get the true blue that comes through as well. So it depends on which one you want to achieve. If you want to have the striking blue, absolutely. If you want the tint of blue with a subtle shade, along with the strong mica, go on your black. But of course, heavy, even coverage will give you a much solider base. It's entirely up to you which way you want to work with it. But if you want to take something like an embossing folder, with some cardstock. I've got here just one that was a generic stencil from my stash. This is holly. It could be florals. It could be anything. It could be script. I'm going to take one of those cut and use sponges. You cut it into any size that you want. And I'm going to take some of the, let's have a look. Let's start with the green, shall we? Now you can go and glide with this. You could replace that stencil back as where it should be on here and glide over the top. Or of course you can just get out little elements like this and just stipple onto it and picking out the detail and also capturing the background. But look how beautiful that is. But what I love to do is to go all the way on here like this and smear it right out, spreading that mica evenly across the surface. So do your base coat, which brings again that mica out, and your second coat then will bring the colour out.
Okay.
So we go straight on with this one here, okay, like this. And look at the difference already. You're creating sheet metal.
That's
it is
lovely.
fabulous.
I
So
like that green.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's lovely on black.
It's fabulous. It's a completely unique look.
Yeah, it
when
is.
It's on
It really
here.
is. Yeah.
So what you want to do is go all the way over. Now that you've got it as is, so full coat coverage, you're going to go on with it again, and now you're going to pick it up and stipple it, okay? And look how you can start to fetch out the colour on the second coat.
See, that's amazing, right?
That's the
So
beauty.
it almost bonds the second coat
Yes.
to the first coat, doesn't it?
Absolutely, it does.
That's brilliant, David.
It is fabulous.
That's a
Now,
great tip.
it's beautiful for getting that texture. Now, stippling with this gives you not only that fabulous iridescent texture, but it gives you the sparkle. Can you see it there? So let's play with another
That
tone.
just on a piece of black card and then die cut it would
Oh,
look
wow.
extraordinary, wouldn't it?
Every time, I never tire from using these waxes. It's something that each and every craft that you do with it gives you that instant satisfaction. So, on this corner here,
D. Casey asks, will we have the waxes at Sandown? Yes, I'm sure we will.
yes, I believe
Stephanie
they're
and
being
I are going
packed.
to Sandown. You and Amanda are going to Glasgow,
Yes, we are.
aren't you?
Absolutely.
And then we're all going to the NEC on different days. And then Stephanie and I are going to Exeter at the end of the month. We've got a busy, busy, busy March.
I reckon we do, absolutely. So whilst ever somebody's at a show, somebody's here.
Somebody's here. Yep,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So if you can't attend the exhibitions, you can of course still join us on live shopping.
Carol says, I can never remember half the stuff I order. So when Brian Every delivers it, it's always a surprise. I love the fact that you know
Aw.
the name of your
Me
every
too.
delivery.
I love that.
No, I
Well,
do
I'm
too.
guessing, of course, a lot of you lovely highlighters out there will be getting to know your delivery drivers
Yes.
by name. What I'm doing is I'm just picking up the green and the pink and I'm blending from either side. And we're going to meet the colours in the centre.
nice.
We could even do a crossover, so we introduce the tri, so the blue could go in the centre.
put the blue in the middle. That'll look lovely.
And I love the actual sort of juxtaposition of using spring tones on a Christmas backing paper.
Yeah,
I
right.
quite like that. It's
I
interesting.
do too. Yeah, it is.
So bringing that through, and of course you could tailor it to the design, so replace that stencil over and focus it just on the top. But I love the fact that I've been able to create an embossed paper that I wouldn't be able to purchase. It's something completely new.
Yeah,
I'm going to
amazing.
take a third and final sponge. And if you wanted to do stamps as well, cut them into shapes of petals, all sorts, so you can create your own marks, things like
Yeah,
that. They're brilliant. If you
That's
just have
fabulous.
on your die on the back of it, outline it, draw around, cut it out. In fact, I'm just going to make this one slightly smaller.
Okay.
Here we go. So just take your scissors, just like that, and cut through the centre, just to make your sponges smaller for easier
That foam is
application.
superb. Shop foam, $5.99.
Yeah, it's cracking stuff.
It is cracking.
It's honestly brilliant. I swear by it. Have it all the time. Use it for everything.
Yeah.
It just makes paint go onto the surface like magic.
And it doesn't drink it in, does it?
Oh no, it doesn't.
It's
You can see my
superb.
wax isn't all soaking up here. My sponge is almost clean at the edge.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this.
It is a fantastic product.
So there we are. So I'm now fading this colour out into either side. So I'm just gently teetering through with the blue onto the green here, going right up to the edges. There we go. And then just pushing down to get all of that product onto my cardstock. And of course with the sponge, if you've got a squared edge cut, just circulate your sponge around a little bit so you don't get any memory of that foam on the surface. There we are. A little bit of blue down there too. And then just mop up on your mat anything that's left over. Leave nothing behind, even from your brushes. Pick up any excess and just start to go into all of that.
And because this is water-based, any that I've got left on the mat, I could spritz, couldn't I, and pick up on another piece of card.
100%.
That looks amazing, David.
Look
Can
at
I just say, look how fabulous that is.
It's beautiful. And of course, you could then smoosh over the entire top of this with a gold as like a top layer.
Oh, yeah, do that.
So we could go over that. Should we have a look?
10% of nature is now in people's baskets. I'm not surprised. Seeing them really does make a difference, doesn't it? I will have to have a go with my waxes on embossed card. I haven't used them yet. They are so pretty. I know, Lorraine, they are, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. Oh, David, that is even better.
We're going in with the gold. So go over the top with the gold. I'm just using my finger, of course, for this because you get real control. And I'm just picking out any detail. As soon as you feel your finger touch the surface of that embossed card, start to glide. And it just brings all the colours together. It softens the blend even easier. If you weren't happy with the blend, you've got to try it. You've got to give it a go. Onto the green now. So travelling that down onto our green cardstock. Just cut it on your finger, just like this.
And that gold is from your luxury collection, Shop Luxury. You get the gold, the dark orchid, and the one that looks like petrol, the what's it called?
Dark turquoise,
dark
that one.
turquoise, yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah, it is a petrol-y colour, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. 10% of that one is now in people's baskets as well. Congratulations. I know a lot of you had bought this earlier on in the week. But don't forget to watch the shows tomorrow. What time are the shows tomorrow?
So tomorrow at 12 o'clock we are launching the Diamond Metallics. And on the craft store we are there at 2 o'clock with some of our fabulous Cadence products to do a show for everybody else, so everyone gets the opportunity to see it. And then in the evening, I think it's it might be with some sewing.
Yeah.
I believe. I think it is. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really exciting.
We've got lots of fabulous shows coming up for you, and we've got new products starting to come in as well. In the next hour, I'm on my own again.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we need a question. What question can we ask?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm always going towards food. What's everyone having for lunch?
We did food this morning.
Oh, did you? I did food earlier as well.
Yeah. I need to think about that. I'll think about it.
Look at that. So now we've got that wonderful gold on top of all of that colour.
That's gorgeous.
It's so fun to do. Honestly, if you did spritz this ever so slightly, you'd get an ever so slight blend, almost like a setting spray, which is nice. Watch the colours flow, watch them travel, allow yourself to really move with the paint, dip into your water and just take off any of that excess mica just onto some cardstock like this and see how a watercolour paint can be achieved so quickly and easily with that flash of just a teeny tiny minute of wax. It's so easy.
It's lovely.
I'm going to quickly mop up and then I'm going to show this one.
Absolutely. Right, I'm going to just recap the moulds again here. So,
there we go. Right.
How wonderful is that? Isn't that just beautiful? I think that's absolutely stunning. Right, so the new moulds today, Shop Mould, £17.99. You've got a £25 and 93 pence saving. I'll tell you what would look lovely with that would be the pocket watch.
Oh, yes,
from
definitely.
The Melanie, where's Peter Pan moulds? Yes, that would be lovely. So you've got the crocodile on there and then you've got Pluto with his little bones and paw prints and dog bowl. That's fabulous. This one is your Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket, which is just wonderful. You've got Flounder and Sebastian down on there as well from Little Mermaid. Then you've got in your cookie cutters or your felting moulds or your clay presses.
Yeah.
You've got your planes, Huey, Dewey and Louie, which I love. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, and then you've also got your 3 cookie cutters in the Mickey Mouse style. Where's that felting one gone that Amanda did? There you are, look at that. So she just used the mould and felted inside it to get that perfect finish. Isn't that lovely?
It's amazing.
Isn't it?
It's so cool. Then you could put that onto,
on it and wear it as a brooch, couldn't you? I love
that. Could go on
that.
a hat, it could go on anything.
Yeah. It's cool, really, really cool. So they are brand new today. Shop Moulds, £17.99 now. You're saving £25 and 93 pence. That's ridiculous value for money. For Disney, home use and personal use only, you can gift them, but imagine if you're having a children's party and they love Disney, all of these as cookies and chocolate and, you know, all that. You could even decorate your cakes with it, put fondant icing in them and use them that way. I think that's incredible value for money. To get that level of quality of product and design for £17.99. I mean, honestly, I'd pay £17.99 just to be able to make that because I think that's beautiful.
Me too, honestly.
I love it.
They're a dream product to work with.
And then look,
it's so easy. Oh yeah, there you go.
Look at them. And that's with the black wax over the gold and without the black wax. So you've got options, but it's super smooth.
Yeah,
isn't
incredibly
it?
smooth.
They're just honestly fabulous. So Shop Mould will get you the brand new ones today. Last week, David launched these. Shop Disney, $14.99. You've got a £23.93 saving on this one. So you've got Scully from Monsters Inc. You've got your Lion King. Love those. I think they're fabulous. Down there, you've got your Seven Dwarfs. You've then got your big Mickey mould, which is super. And then this one you're going to have to tell me on because I can't see it.
House from up.
The House from Up. Every time I forget that one. And then you've got Dumbo.
Oh, he's
now,
so
Amber
cute.
made biscuits out of that last week.
Yeah, we've got no
Using it as
samples left
cookies.
for some reason,
No,
as we said
well, they
earlier.
ended up in people's tummies, didn't they?
Yeah.
But that's all right because they were delicious.
They were
Almond,
amazing.
weren't they?
Oh,
Were
that's
they
so
almond biscuits?
Oh.
Vanilla. They tasted a bit almondy to me. They were very
Yeah,
nice.
I mentioned last to you, I was like, oh, what flavour are these? Because they did taste really good.
almondy,
Yeah, I
yeah,
got a bit
yeah.
of a marzipan sort of.
Me too.
They were very nice.
Yeah, you need to check that. Absolutely.
I think you might have done.
Right, so those are your moulds today. Cracking prices to get that level of quality, as I said, but silicone moulds, so they can use, they're food grade safe, so you can use them with food. If you're then going to use them with clay, please get a second set, because at that price you can absolutely do that. That's really cool, isn't it?
I know, I love it. I was just thinking there, just to show it on.
We do have a felting show, I want to say, on Friday with Lou and Amanda.
Yes.
So that'll be worth tuning in for as well. We've got some cracking ones coming up. I'm up next with Two Red Robins dies.
Ooh.
On silly prices. I did my notes this morning. I was like, that can't be right, but it is. I checked. And
I've been having
double-checked.
that a lot recently. I don't know what we're doing, but it's incredible prices.
It is amazing. Now, this is my favourite.
Oh, it's just amazing.
This is lovely.
It really is. So this one here is from the Disney mold set, of course, the ones that I think $14.99. You've got the house inside here with all of that detail. I've used my white resin cast inside this one. Really easy formula to mix them together. And look how easy these demold.
Super easy, David.
So ease it out, and there's nothing left inside the mold. It's crisp and clean, ready for its second pour.
I love that.
And look at this. It is.
Detail's exceptional, isn't it?
It's
and
just
that's
incredible.
with the white resin cast. So
Just the
Shop
white.
Resin will get you the 800-gram bag of the white resin for $26.99. You've got a £3 saving on that. Oh, these are
Right.
gorgeous.
What I did is I really quickly just started painting this, and I
Right.
thought actually I'm going to stop here and I'm just going to cover it with some wax because I thought it would look nice just with a little finish of wax on
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
So I might just go in with our white gold just for this one here, and I was going to paint the windows blue. I was going to add all of the detail, of course, of all the balustrades and everything. But I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a play with the waxes because they're really fun.
And this is from the metallic set. So Shop Metallic, $22.49. You've got a £4.48 saving on a brand new product, which is amazing.
I'm going to take this out and pop it here just onto my mat.
It's lovely.
It's so good.
I
But
know.
I'm going to use a fan brush for this, so much lighter coverage. I'm going to dust it, okay? So with a fan brush, you can see all of the bristles there. All of those fine tips are evenly spaced.
Nice.
And with a fan brush, you can get a dusting with your wax. So I'm just polishing it up. Okay, so keep going in with your layers. Start to just graduate, of course, all the colour in it. It just adds a glimmer to it. So we're not doing full coat coverage. We're just adding that sparkle. And the speed of the fan brush allows you to just buff back and forth like this. And you can see how then you get the shimmer of the roof in those different lights. Look at that, Mel.
That is lovely.
You get the sparkle.
Do you imagine that as your Christmas village?
Oh, yeah, you
Because
have
you could
to.
paint each one differently and it would look completely different even though it's the same mould.
Oh,
But that
definitely.
in chocolate
Oh, it would be amazing.
would be great, wouldn't it?
Got to make food out of these, Amber. They look
I
incredible.
love that. Oh, round a cake.
Yes,
They'd
definitely.
look amazing, wouldn't they? Round a cake,
They
in
look
icing.
amazing. So you can see
Love
this.
that.
I'm really putting that brush through its paces, but it's doing an incredible job.
It
All
really
of the
is.
brush here is still fine and pointed.
Yeah, I love that.
But using your wax, instead of a sponge, instead of a brush, use a fan brush. And this way, it literally captures just the highlights. And as I go back and forth, I'm really polishing it up now. And then you can see that sparkle that comes through, but it's not
incredible.
covered the colour.
No, I love that. And to be able to go from that to that
Yes.
with the first same resin cast, obviously black and white, but then
Yeah.
with waxes, that's just fabulous. The
Oh, it's fab.
versatility is amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
And the fact that they don't smell like boot polish is also a good thing.
Oh,
I think they're
definitely.
water-based so that you can mix them, you can paint with them, you can do all those amazing things. and the versatility is just extraordinary. But that's Cadence all over, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we were there, the stuff that's coming out is
Oh.
just incredible. And the stuff that we have yet to come, such as tomorrow, is just brilliant. And we weren't actually going to launch tomorrow's paint for another 2 weeks.
Right.
But we know that so many of you have been jumping on the new Cadence trend with the brand new products. And we just want to keep delivering all these wonderful products to you.
And
we
they
really
are
do.
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So I've got a speed production line of sample making today.
You have. You've got Lulu in the house though, so she's going to help you.
Absolutely, she is. She's going to be a massive help, and she absolutely loves painting, of course. So we've added a wonderful sparkle all over that. Look how it's completely changed the entire of that casting.
That's amazing, David.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really cute. So what we're going to do with that
Really
one...
just brought it to life, hasn't it?
Oh, I know. Well, on
that.
our show we had the other day, in fact, just a little bit of wax, just that's left over there, scoop it back up.
Yeah, don't waste that.
Put it back inside the pot. We had a show on the other day, which was a Micro Studio download show, and I was working with one of the, it was called Perfect Pastimes, and we had loads of balloons on it.
Oh, David.
So I thought, gotta get some hot glue onto the back of
that.
this in a frame, or of course as a hanger, and then
That's amazing. Oh, look at that.
there we go. There
We have to give that to Lauren for the nursery.
I think.
Please tell
yeah.
me we have to give that to
I
Lauren
think
for the
so.
nursery. Look how lovely that is.
You could go in
Isn't
a
that
frame,
gorgeous?
but just waiting for that hot glue to set, and there you go.
I love that.
You have your
That's
very
a great
own
idea. Where was this from, please?
Perfect Pastimes. It's USB. You got a yellow balloon, and I just changed the colour for each and every
Micro
one.
Studio.
Yeah, I just built up a little display of them.
That's super.
How
Isn't
cute
it?
is that? And I thought this in a frame or on a canvas, that could have been on rice paper.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And then it, of course, will just float away.
I love that.
How sweet is that? And I think something like that, everyone would smile at one of those as they walk through the
I
front
need
door.
to make that now.
So really nice, quick project. It took minutes to do, but then you could spend days creating
Amazing.
so many different outcomes. This could be painted as your house. Maybe you've got a red brick house. Maybe yours is rendered or pebble dashed. You know,
Absolutely.
you could make it like your house. But I think it would look really. It's not too heavy.
No, it's not heavy either.
No.
But you could make it out of paper clay.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
it weighs nothing, does it?
No,
It'd be
absolutely.
brilliant.
I love that.
Imagine
That's-
having a big canvas with loads of them on, all
Love
floating with
that.
all the balloons.
Oh, we need to do that.
Yeah. You could even have, in that Perfect Pastimes, is that blimps and things? You could have them holding the houses and stuff.
They're fabulous, aren't they? You could actually make it quite steampunk then, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
you could,
You
definitely.
did it in black with golds and silvers and your metallics on. That would look really quite cool.
I just love
I
the
love
simplicity of
that.
it. And I think it's a lovely project. You know, just have this in and around your
Yes,
home.
Look at that.
And it catches the light. And all I used for this is I used white hybrid acrylic, and I used the cashmere, and I blended them white with the cashmere just to create an off sort of like a neutral colour, and then the wax just
Yeah,
tied
those
it all
waxes
up.
are incredible, aren't they?
Yeah,
Oh,
really
I
fun.
love that. That's
Yeah.
super, super, super
We'll pop
cool.
that up there.
Right, Lauren, do we need to recap anything, please?
If you could go down the substrates again, that would be really good.
Down the substrates again.
There. The ones at the back.
These.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah, these.
Right. Okay. So. Okay. So shop clay is going to get you 1 kilogram of the white clay, the Primo self-hardening clay, 1 kilo of the terracotta, and 1 kilo of the black. All of that. Now, this is absolutely the deal of the show. And you've seen what David's done with the Winnie the Pooh and the piglet. Super easy to do with those cookie cutters. Shop clay, £15.49.
I
Not
know.
each, for all 3 colours. It's not a choice. That's remarkable value for money. 10% of that is now allocated. I'm surprised it's only 10% because that is incredible value for money.
Bonkers price on that one.
That's mad.
It's unbelievable. And of course, with that, it's self-hardening. You can marble, mix it together. It's perfect for those little cookie plungers as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think clay is a wonderful natural substrate. It's malleable. You've got the experience of getting so interactive with it. They're great even if you want to make impressions with pets' paws, things like that.
Yeah,
You know, the
absolutely.
sentimental baubles and stuff.
Yeah,
Love it.
fantastic. So shop clay gets you that. If you want your wax beads, which are from Creative, they're a soy wax. They're cream in colour and there's 500 grams. Shop wax, £14.39. We've discovered that you can melt this in your melt pot from Susie Weinberg.
Absolutely.
So if you've still got a melt pot from way back when, then that's going to be fantastic. Resin casts. So the resin cast that David is about to use, you saw him use it earlier on this morning when we put them into the moulds. That's it. Well done.
Thank you.
Look at that. It's a clever rolling pin, that, isn't it?
Get one that does both.
Shop white will get you shop resin will get you 800 grams of the white. It just needs to add water and give it a really good mix. Shop black will get you 800 grams of the black resin cast. Trays, right? Shop tray, tidying up, cleaning up, have it on your desk. If you're painting, you've got lots of different brushes on the go. These are going to be fabulous. Shop tray, $9.99 gets you the large one and the smaller one. 20% of that is now in people's baskets. The books, I think, are brilliant.
Yeah, they're great.
You could pop a little mould on the front of one of these, cover them in your rice papers if you wanted to, but you're getting 18 lined books that are a really nice quality. They are what you would expect them to be. You could take the backings off and use them in signatures if you make your own art journals. That would be really cool as well. 18 books for $9.99. Right,
cracking
shop
deal.
pink. That's crazy. You've got saving for £25.83 on that.
What?
Get that? I know, right? And then you've got your foam. Shop foam, cut and use, $5.99. That product should be in every single person's craft stash because it's brilliant, especially if you're using those waxes. It's a superb product and it's brilliant with your paints as well. David, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of paint pouring in.
Should we do
exciting, yes.
Okay, I just thought this would be a nice technique to share with you, of course, with your moulds. Now, what I've actually got here is I've got the largest Mickey mould, okay, from our collection, and we're going to demould him together here. So just start by easing out with his ears, okay, and then pop him out. There we go. And look.
You know what? I bet when Walt Disney drew him, he never imagined where that would take him in his life.
Oh, couldn't you? Right? I know. Wow.
It's so smooth, though, David. That's what it looks like marble.
It does.
It's so smooth. It's fabulous product.
A true testament to, of course, the moulds themselves.
Absolutely.
Working in hand, of course, with that resin cast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit him on the top of a cup. Now, I've actually got a tray here, and I've decided to line it with some of this cellar wrap. And the reason is, any of my acrylic pour that lands here, I'm then going to move my project, wrap up the paint in the pour, and create a piping bag out of it.
Oh, okay.
So all of your acrylic paint that's left over, you can elastic band it and keep it active and open. So you've got a little bag of paint and then pipe with it, and you can do all of your writing and all of your detailing with.
Oh, look at you.
So no waste.
Wow.
Okay. We don't like waste, do we?
No, we don't like waste. When I did an acrylic pour on a retreat last year, we let it dry on the Mylar for 2 days. Okay, and then we cut. I used a scan and cut, but you could use a die cut. So don't use the die because you won't get it out the die. But cut the die out of card, draw around it onto the waste paint, and we did a butterfly. So we did a solid butterfly. We drew around and cut that out, and then we had the detail butterfly over the top. So the paint matched the paint pour.
Yes.
And it put the colour in the butterfly. So
that
don't waste
so
anything with these because it's a fabulous product. That you'll find that in the Cadence brand shop. And I love their pouring medium because it has the pouring paint because it has the paint, the pouring medium and the silicone oil in one bottle. There's no messing about with measurements and how much of this and how much of that. It's a brilliant product. Absolutely fabulous. Karen says she's surprised, Lauren, that you haven't gone into labour today with all the giggles on the show. Yeah, I was a little bit like that at one point. I thought she was just going to go into labour. That little girl's staying in there for a little bit longer.
She's keeping warm.
She's warm and cosy, isn't she?
What I've done is I've just been adding periodically a little bit of the blue and the red to this cup as the cup is on a tilt like that. So you get what you call, of course, that layer within there. So you can see all of the colours are now sat on top of one another. You could swirl this gently before you pour it. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as is. Because if you go like this, you'll start to get a little bit of mixing going on. And you see that swirl inside. It looks so cool. So what we're going to do is quite literally go all over our design and let it drop. Okay. So we're going to start over here. And we're going to go back and forth with our design like this.
David, that looks amazing.
This is so fun. So go back over.
Wow.
And then we're going to go all the way around. And then any areas where it's not quite captured the drop, just keep having a look around him, having a little look.
A little bit just there.
Oh, just to the front.
Darling.
No, you're fine. That's fine.
Quick question from Elspeth. Can the resin go outside if you use aquastone varnish on it?
Absolutely, it can do. It can go
There we go.
outside. It's weatherproof. If you're using it for coasters, you can get all of your mug stains and things like that
I
off.
love that.
This is so fun. I've got a little bit here.
Yeah,
I'm just going to capture.
And a little bit there in his head.
Oh yeah, that bit there. There we go. So just
Oh, this looks amazing. Imagine this on a child's door.
I know. Then give it a quick blow. So you can see the cells that we're already starting to get.
Okay.
So
Look at you.
there we are. And look at that marbling that we've got there now.
Wow.
Now I've chosen two colours that would then allow me to create a purple in between them. Let that soak off of here. But what I would do is after it's been dripping for around about 15 minutes, move it to another area on a paper plate. And then wrap this up to save all that acrylic paint and pipe with it. Mix other colours in there too, maybe introduce some white. And then what I did with this is I aquastoned it. But upon aquastoning, I used my heat gun, so I scorched it.
Is that how you've got?
And I turned it into a crackle.
Oh, look at that.
So I went over with the aquastone and hope this captures.
Wax.
Oh,
Put wax on
waxes,
it, please.
waxes,
Please put wax on
waxes.
it. Right,
oh
let
my
me move this
goodness,
out
oh
the
my
way.
goodness.
Right,
There we
quick,
go.
quick. We need to get those waxes in.
Look at that
That'll look
cleaned up
amazing.
quickly.
I know, right? Good.
So what I'm going to do now is I've got an ultrafine crackle here. I did it with, of course, our aquastone. So I'm going to get a little wipe on standby.
Can we do the white gold?
Yeah, of course. Do you want the white gold?
Yes,
okay,
please.
but bear with me. So let's grab our white gold. Where have I put my white gold?
I don't know.
Is it that one? No, there's not one there. It's there. There we go. So I'm going to take the white gold and just start to go in onto here. Okay.
Oh, David.
Gently wipe back, and all of the mica will start to
at
sit
that.
in the crackles.
So tell me how you did that again.
So I went on with the
varnish.
aquastone varnish, and I never suggest to dry the aquastone. And yesterday I thought, I'm going to try something new. I went in with my heat gun and really put it to the test. I even saw a bit of bubbling, and it cracked.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Look at this. So now what we're doing is we're burnishing and buffing the wax into all of the crackles on there. It's something different, and I really always want to be able to share with you new techniques with products that we can bring to you.
Absolutely.
So work back and forth, layer it up, let that layer dry, and go back in. Now look at that, you're seeing all of that gold inside there.
That's amazing, David.
I love it to bits. Just
I do
keep playing,
too.
just honestly keep exploring, play with your products.
That's amazing. Even as a paperweight on your desk.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely.
if you love your Disney, what a great, that's just fantastic.
A little bit on
Or
your
maybe
spoons.
get like a square plain or a rectangular plain solid lamp base.
Yeah.
And put that on the lamp base.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't that be
definitely.
lovely?
That would be cool. Look at that there, where all that crackle's been
Yeah,
captured with
look
that
at that.
gold. So I'm just going onto all of his highlights, the tops of his ears, tops of his head, his nose. On his cheeks here as well. Pick out all of that detail in, just like that.
I need to go to Disney again.
Oh, me too. Me too. Look
I
at this.
definitely need to go to Disney again. I'm going to wait
know, right?
till Alice is old enough to go on all the rides.
Yeah, you need to. But that there,
Love
really
that.
quick on how you can do an acrylic pour on even your resin cast projects. Aquastone them, crackle it as well, add your gilding waxes in, have fun with it. And honestly, just keep experimenting, keep playing, and create wonderful projects that you, of course, can gift to your loved ones, your family and friends, but even better, display in your own home and enjoy the masterpieces. Oh,
Cold.
our moulds. It's cold, we can demold. So we poured these during our show today. So we've got our Pinocchio. So I'm I'm using my fingers just underneath as a slight amount of pressure. There we are. Take him out and look at that. Polished. Oh, Mel's demolding.
I'm demolding.
There we are, look at that.
Oh, look at the dwarfs.
They are so quick and easy. Now, any bits that you ever get, any indentations, just go in with your finger and thumb and just take any down in this smooth, just like that. And you've even got that whole aperture there kept as well.
These are amazing.
Look at those, how
Look
easy they
at
come
these.
out.
I know, literally. Put your finger underneath and push and that's it.
Yeah, Laura, remember that.
Yeah, if only it was going to be that easy, kid. If
There we go.
only.
Just
Look
with a
at
bit of that wax. Look, even that.
And even that little bit, it's just a vintage embellishment. These are brilliant, David.
Just picking up that detail
Oh,
just
I've
on
got
some of
shopping.
these, because
I'm
we
going
might be
shopping.
thinking, who have we got here? I think this one, is it Doc? I can't remember. So let's have a look. Who have we got? There we are. Look at all that detail that's now just picking up.
Look.
Look at that. There
These
we
are
go.
amazing. Don't miss out on these moulds. So if you want the ones with Snow White and Seven Dwarfs in it, shop Disney, $14.99, and you get that really big Mickey Mouse in there, which is just ridiculous value for money. or if you want the brand new ones today, shop mould £17.99. You've got £25.93 saving on that. That's amazing.
I mean, I'm just gilding these super quickly so you can see who we've got. I think there's one here. I just did Grumpy. Or is this Bashful? I think this is Bashful.
I can't remember.
Look at that.
Oh, I'll know them if I see them. Yeah.
Honestly, so cute. And again, it's so easy for everybody.
Right, so Leslie Bartlett says, with cracking the aquastone, would it still be fully waterproof or would a second coat of aquastone be needed?
Great point. Absolutely. Go over and again with another layer of aquastone and let that one sit on its own.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it may or may not crack on some surfaces. I just found it worked really well on the acrylic, but have a go with it. It may or may not crack on some. It's just a little technique where you can sometimes push products out of their, their comfort zone.
That's wonderful. I'm going to ask you that favour again. Will you finish off the show while I nip next door?
Absolutely, I will do.
Much. I will see you in about 5 minutes next door. 2 Red Robins deals. Don't miss them. They're phenomenal.
Thank you, Mel.
David. Thank you. What a great show. We've just had so many giggles.
It's been brilliant.
That's going to be one to remember. That's going to go down in history with Tina Turkey, that one, isn't it?
I think it might.
See you in a minute.
See you later. Thank you, Mel. And a massive thank you to each and every one of you who joined us for today's wonderful 2-hour show with, of course, these brand new Disney molds that we've had today. It's been an incredible experience. Thank you so much for keeping it interactive. As well, do remember to check out those baskets if you haven't done already. We've got a really exciting week ahead of us here at Highlight Crafts Live Shopping. And of course, today, is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week already. We've got incredible shows coming up for you tomorrow with brand new Cadence launching at 12 o'clock. So make sure to pop the word live in the comments to get your reminders. It'll prompt you just before we do go live. Mel, of course, is just through that wall now, getting ready for the second show. Straight after this one, there's tons going on in the building today. It's really exciting. Brand new Disney molds, though, is a rarity that we have here at Live Shopping. It's not something that we can say very often, but when we do, we can't stress enough how important it is for you to check out those baskets to get your order sent on its way to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Amber, and thank you, Lauren, for an incredible show, and of course, Deb on the comments, and the entire team included for putting this show together. Don't go anywhere. Join Mel, grab a cup of tea. She'll see you in 3. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.